ever invite me over, then you'll have something that I like.
Oh, look at this.
What do you think?
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's the
Maker's
good
Mark
stuff, too.
46.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
I usually like them when they start at 46.
Exactly.
That's a good
All
job,
right, so
John.
happy birthday, Chris. I'm glad.
You thought I forgot.
Mace, it's a better bit if you forgot.
No.
But no. Oh,
So if I open this, is there going to be like something pops out?
No, it's actually
it's
legit.
you bought him a bottle of Dom?
Bottle of Dom.
Wow.
Okay, no, Chris.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Now you know you're old because Mason got you Dom. You know, all the young kids are drinking Cristal now.
I still like it, though.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Dom is
nice.
when you hit 40.
Kind of a classic.
Now that you are a classic.
Thank
Chris.
you, gentlemen, very much.
You're
With
welcome.
that, the 40th birthday edition. Let's start the show. Mason and I are with the biggest show on the radio right now.
Birthday growl.
Good afternoon.
The gutless hat, the Dom, the Maker's Mark. You guys are too
beautiful,
kind.
beautiful.
You would actually think you guys like me by these gifts.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, we're sort of buying you off, I think.
Sad but true.
Buying you off for a couple of good promos, a couple of nice words during the afternoon show.
By the way, I was disappointed, Chris. Did you not hear the Bryan Cranston interview on Friday?
I did not hear all of it.
Okay, so Brian lavished praise on me at the expense of Mace.
And just
I
ignored me.
I thought it was hand-delivered to you to do a promo. Go back and listen to it.
Well, no, we've got-
It may not be too late.
So here's how the promo system works during this.
Yes.
We got all the clips stacked up on what's called a box.com server.
Yes.
So we go through, Mario and I go through them as the week progresses. Because I think sometimes, listen, everybody loves when there's a promo made immediately.
Right.
But I think stuff has a bigger shelf life than
Sure.
sometimes we do.
Sure.
Sometimes
It's evergreen.
Well, everybody
think-
doesn't hear everything.
Right. And
Yeah.
that's sort of the key. That's the whole point of promos.
Yeah.
So
So I wanted to point.
there will be a lot of promos
It
coming.
is your 40th birthday, and happy birthday.
Thank you. If you cut me open, though, I'm like a tree. The rings say I'm 83.
Oh, is that right? I
Yeah.
believe
Beautiful.
that. I
Well, so
believe
you're
that.
you're
Wear
actually
and
the
tear,
same.
You're
the
80.
same age as Bergman.
Where, yeah, his birthday was on September 1st.
And his 40th birthday. Now,
Yeah.
I wanted to point out, as I went and got Morales a gift,
Was
I
Juan
thought-
involved or no?
he told me where to go.
Oh, that's nice.
about it.
Well, it was in an Amazon
Yeah, it was
box,
in an
so he
Amazon
didn't
box.
go anywhere. He had it
So,
delivered.
in addition to giving you that bottle, I realized that we did not do much of anything for Greg Bergman's 40th birthday.
Right.
And so,
Or anything at all.
yeah. And so, Bergman, you get a bottle of Dom, too.
Oh, it's a double Dom
Double
day.
Dom.
There you go.
I think I watched
Thanks,
a movie
Mace.
like that once.
Double Dom.
Double Dom. I gotta say that
Now
hat,
you got it.
That
Now
hat
you got it. It
looks-
took you a
I
second.
got it.
that hat looks
The
good
gutless
on
hat
you.
is amazing.
The gutless
It's really
hat looks good.
It's really good.
It kind of goes with your suit.
does.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
the color of gutless matches his suit.
This is incredible. The
Yeah.
gutless hat. That
Yeah.
is a quality effort.
It is a gift. It
Yeah.
is a gift that keeps on giving.
Just
Now-
like Yacht Rock coming up all afternoon.
we pulled a movie clip in honor of your birthday. Do you want to hear it now or you want to hear it later?
Let's hear it now.
Okay, did you clean it up, Brian?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
It was a
so
lot.
one of the
A lot
great
of cleaning
one
up,
of the
yeah.
great secrets of the movie This Is 40.
Okay.
Okay, today is your 40th birthday.
Right.
Is that there was a scene that Judd Apatow put in there where his as the director, he said to Melissa McCarthy, she was in a parent-teacher conference and with two other parents, and the conference was there was a dispute between the kids of these two people.
Okay.
And he said to Melissa McCarthy, unscripted, he said, I just want you to lose it. I want you to just be so mad at everybody else in the room that you lose your mind. And she was so good at it, this didn't make the movie because Paul Rudd and Leslie Mann are laughing so hard while she's winging it. This is one of the great outtakes in movie history that you can only see if you watch till the very end of the credits. Here's Melissa McCarthy, This Is 40.
Sorry if I'm not all fancy pants and wealthy and showing it all off with my Vidal Sassoon haircuts. Sorry. Quit slow blinking at me.
I'm sorry.
I would like to rear up and jackknife my legs and kick you both in the jaw with my foot bone. That's what I would love. I wish my foot would go right through your skull. This is what happens when you corner a rat. I will kill you. You corner me, I will chew through you. I'll chew through you. Slow blinking eyes. I will chew off your eyelids. You won't slow blink at me, will you?
Did you drink before you came here?
No, but I'm going to start drinking. I'm going to slit somebody open like a fish and drink their blood. That's what I'm going to drink. If we don't start getting to the point here. Probably, I'm going to start with Karen Carpenter's head. I'm going to rip her head off, and I'm going to drink her blood. And then I'm going to come back and light you on fire. I'm going to light you all on fire. But I'm going to start with you, Jill. I'm going to torch you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go buy a pickup truck and a cord of rope. And I'm going to string it around all three of your necks and then drive around town dragging you. That's what I'm going to do.
That's completely uncalled for.
Really, Jill? Do you think it is? Off, Jill. God, everybody hates you. God.
That isn't even nice.
Go suck a Jill.
That's totally uncalled for,
You're
Catherine.
a asshole. Everybody hates you. They hate your Bob. And I'm glad your husband died.
Wow!
You're
wow!
an asshole. He probably killed himself.
I'm glad your husband died.
I mean, that
Can
was
you
2
believe-
minutes of glory right there.
Yes.
It's
It's
exactly
40.
it's exactly 2 minutes, and she totally winged it. The only direction he gave to her was lose your mind, get so mad that you just want to kill all these people.
I need the eyelids part.
The
We got to use that as a
slow
drop.
blinking eyes.
But when she says, "I'll eat them,"
I'll chew
if you
your
go,
eyelids
by the way,
off.
if you want to see it without the bleeps and everything, and you can actually see the video, and the reason it didn't make the movie is because Paul Rudd and Leslie Mann, who are supposed to be being attacked,
Right.
are laughing so hard they couldn't use it. They kept like
that's incredible.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the movie.
This.
it's a
is
great movie.
Chris. Welcome to your 40s.
Thank you so much.
Sue Klinsky in This Is 40.
Really?
Yeah, small role with Judd Apatow. She's known him for years, and apparently, he does that a lot. By the way,
Takes care of his people.
When people are on the set, he'll just say, "Try this,
Right.
try that." He'll just throw stuff out at him, and you get really cool, spontaneous stuff. And Melissa McCarthy can just, she's
she's
just
a comedic
unbelievable.
genius.
Yeah. So Morales, you got Yacht Rock today. You got your birthday today.
Yeah.
You excited?
I'm disappointed in one thing.
In what?
That Scott Kaplan is not going to be here this
Oh
afternoon.
no!
Really? Why?
He's
I
coming
thought he'd
in-
be over at the East Central Hotel.
No, I'm at the East Central tonight, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Shouts out to East Central.
Okay. Yep.
They're making sure that the birthday has an after party. Anyway, so
So why is Cappy
because he's
not
got to
coming?
go to Pittsburgh or something, so he wants to do tomorrow. It's like, let's just do your birthday tomorrow. I'm like, that's not the bit.
No.
Right.
When Live Imaging Tuesday falls on my actual birthday,
Right.
Yeah, we got to cash in on that.
yeah.
Yeah. No. The bit is
So
maybe
this afternoon, I'm going to be sitting alone in here.
who's going to be here?
Sedano's in Dallas.
Okay.
Cappy's, I think, at home or something.
Yeah.
Because, it's too
it's
too
just
much.
you.
Just me.
It's all about you,
And the
Chris.
ladies. Lindsay and Laura will be
See,
here.
you know who really cares. We're
I
the
have
guys
to say,
that really care.
I have to say,
Who
this
stepped up?
This is a
Who
big
stepped
step
up, Chris?
Yeah.
This is a kind of show of the year type step up.
No, we do. I personally, and I know I speak for John, admire what you do here. You're in many ways the heart and soul of the radio station.
Let's isolate that.
we-
Let's isolate that when he said that.
We appreciate everything except Yacht Rock.
I
and
appreciate
we're glad
Yacht Rock.
we get to work with you.
And I want you,
you.
Chris, I want you to play that clip that Mason just said.
Yep.
The next time he texts you, you've lost a friend.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. All right. Coming up next for you, did you see Monday Night Football? There's a new theme song, and there was just a disaster. We will get to that coming up next for you. Hey, if you own a business, got a way to make some extra money with Amazon Hub Delivery. Here's how it works. Every day, if you're a business owner, pay attention to this. Every day, Amazon will deliver packages to your business. And then you and your staff will turn around and deliver them. And you get paid for every package you deliver with weekly direct deposits. You don't need any experience. You don't need to sign a long-term contract. And if you refer another small business, get $500. Get some extra income for you and your business with Amazon Hub Delivery. Go to Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. One more time. Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
1:30 on a live imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland. You know this song?
Bertie Figgins. Is it Bertie Figgins?
First of all, Bertie Higgins is
sorry.
the one who sang Key Largo. There is no Bertie
This is called
Figgins.
Georgie Porgy.
No, is it really?
Yeah.
Who's singing it?
Georgie Porgy Puddin' Pie.
George.
Kiss the girls and make them cry.
There's a guy on Twitter that goes by Georgie Porgy that just hates me.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Who is this?
It's Toto.
Toto. Oh, yeah. It's the Toto.
One of the Yacht Rock
Yeah, they
Mount
are
Rushmore artists.
They are kind of a Yacht Rock Hall of Fame band.
Is Africa a big song in
Yeah.
Yacht Rock?
Yeah, it plays in the Yacht Rock rotation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Toto have anything else, or is this pretty much it for Toto?
No, Rosanna.
Oh,
What's going on, Mace?
What do you mean?
That's also Yacht Rock Gold.
This is. You understand that Yacht Rock is before me.
It's
it
not-
came before me.
No,
it did. It did. I was a top 40 guy. I was a pop 40.
Top 40 was
Yeah.
Yacht Rock was on top 40.
In the 70s.
What was your first year being a music DJ? What year was that?
1984.
Well, that's Yacht Rock. That's right in the heart of Yacht Rock.
No, that was
that's
like-
when Kenny Loggins was as big as anybody.
We did. I remember playing Top Gun as a song.
Yeah. That's not really Yacht Rock, though.
Yeah, but I do remember playing that as a top 40 hit. The thing I loved about I remember the first record I ever played. It was Lionel Richie, Hello. That was the very first song I ever played as a DJ.
What did you do? Did you do like a wacky talk up? Like,
Nah, didn't do
Lionel
a
Richie.
wacky talk up.
Hello.
Lionel Richie.
He's saying hello. I'm saying hello, too.
78 degrees. Hope you're having a good night.
78
Lionel Richie.
degrees.
Yeah, degrees. Exactly.
Mason and Ireland aren't allowed to use my bathroom. I'm Rick Dees.
I never played like
Never got to use that bathroom.
Gino
Not
Manelli.
one time.
Christopher Cross came before me. Most of this stuff came before me in terms of music DJ. And by the way, in the 70s, I was a talk radio kid. I listened to tons and tons of talk radio in the 70s.
Elvira, hello.
When I was a little kid.
Yeah. What were you listening to?
Des Moines, go. Larry King.
Right.
Tom Snyder.
Yeah.
Jim Bohannon.
Oh, Jim Bohannon.
Jim Bohannon. Those
Yeah.
were my
What
three
about
guys.
Imus? You want to listen to Imus?
Imus did not come in Toledo, Ohio. We
really?
did not get Imus, no. But we did get the others. And I remember staying up all night long listening to Larry King and Tom Snyder.
I want to bring in the Imus, the quack quack they used to do
Yeah,
for the time
right.
checks. I was
The
telling
quack
Evan
quack.
Cohen this morning on the phone. You know what your new morning show on Sportsmanlike?
Quack, quack.
Needs a quack quack.
Yeah, it's good.
Why not?
Yeah, that's
Quack,
smart.
quack.
That's smart.
All
Yeah.
right, hey, let me ask you guys something. Do you think that ESPN made the right decision not to show a replay when Nick Chubb broke his leg last night?
Here's my only thing. When DeMar Hamlin basically died on the field, all we saw was footage of it. Right?
Right.
So, I don't know. I agree with not showing any of it, but the DeMar Hamlin, they obviously had to fill quite a bit of time.
Sure they did.
So
Yeah.
the Nick Chubb, we can go, ooh, we all kind of realized that his career might be over, so let's not show that anymore.
Yeah, it's fun. It's weird because last night we were texting about it, and of course ESPN didn't show it. And
Well, they didn't show the replay from the angle that you can clearly see the leg snap.
right, and so then you go to Twitter, and I really regret even going to look at it.
So you did go look at it.
I did go look at it. Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have. It's a brutal.
And don't you
brutal
agree
injury.
that the running back position, which was already kind of holding on,
devalued? Yep.
it's over now. You're not going to see, because for Saquon and Nick Chubb to both go down in basically the same week,
Right.
it's not good for the running back position.
Yeah, it is bad. And you know, it's the other thing from last night is Deshaun Watson just is not any good anymore.
Yeah, and that
terrible.
contract is they'll never be able to get out of it.
No.
But you know, there's a certain amount of risk involved with a guy who was out for 2 years,
Yep.
has 20 civil suits against him, and you guys give him $240 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's not a smart business.
And
move.
didn't they give up assets for him too, right? Didn't they give up draft picks to get him from
Yeah,
Houston?
I think they had to.
So on top of everything else, they gave up assets. Yeah, he looks
Not
he looks
great.
dead.
Not great.
Yeah, not good.
But some bad Monday Night Football last night. It was just
Sloppy.
Yeah, well, neither game was any
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Chris
sloppy,
is right.
Sloppy football. Although New Orleans could be sneaky. They could be sneaky.
Although
this year.
I thought Carolina looked really bad.
Yeah, Bryce Young is just
Well,
not ready.
they've got to take the training wheels off, and they weren't letting him do anything.
Yeah. Morales, do you like the new Monday Night Football theme?
I did enjoy it. Did you
Yeah.
guys?
I think it was
yeah.
great.
I'm a big Chris Stapleton guy.
Oh my God, he's got such a great voice.
He's amazing.
Such a great voice.
And the Snoop part was good.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was great. This is it. It's about a minute and a half.
Classic NFL rivalry is renewed.
These two teams do not like each other, and you got to love that.
survival. We must win, it's tribal. My team like Ken, by any means necessary. One head-to-head with adversaries. Nothing is given, so we gotta take it. It's 4th and inches, so we gotta make it. Can you feel it?
What a catch! To the end zone, got it! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable!
So there you have it. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that was great.
Is it available to I'm looking at iTunes right now. Is it out there?
Oh, I wonder.
It should be.
Yeah. I like it better than I've been waiting all day for Sunday night.
The Carrie Underwood thing, it's kind of run its course in my opinion.
Well, and I like it a lot more than what they did with College Game Day. They redid College Game Day, and it's with Darius Rucker, and it's not good.
The one I actually do like a lot is the Amazon Prime theme for Thursday Night Football is actually really good. Do you know what it is?
I'd have to hear it.
Yeah, pull that up for next segment. They use like a whole symphony orchestra kind of thing. It's a different take on an opening, but that's a winner right there. You have it? Hit it.
It's very George Lucas.
Oh, you just like the straight theme. Oh, this.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now that's like if you watch the video, there's like a symphony orchestra running that thing.
And now here's the Panthers and that was last night.
Yeah,
right?
that was last night.
But those Thursday night games.
Oh, they are barn burners.
Well,
that's why we're sending Lindsay to the 909.
Don't forget, it starts this Thursday. She's got $1,000 in her pocket to give out. Producer Lindsay Baseball at Yamava Resort and Casino, the 909 Sports Bar. She's going to be there Thursdays, every Thursday, and then sometimes Sedano and Cap will be there too.
Did we give Thursday Night Football?
Did we give Lindsay the $17,000 all at once,
no,
or did they just give her $1,000 a week?
You got to set her up on a weekly stipend.
Yeah.
Tommy's got it in the safe, so he opens up his safe.
By the way, Killers Thursday night at Yamava.
Yeah, but I heard yesterday when you guys were doing the show that you didn't know the Killers, like that you didn't know the music.
I know all the Killers. Mr.
You didn't know Mr. Brightside, though.
I don't know I'm not a big know the lyrics guy. But I can. Mr. Brightside. I know that.
That song played one time many years ago. Producer Raj, remember Producer Raj?
Yes, of
Him and
course.
I were at a warehouse party all night, and that song just kept playing over
What's
and
a
over.
warehouse party?
Yeah, I don't know if you
Is it
fit
like a rave?
It's kind of like a rave, except with blackjack, but the same other accoutrement.
Oh, okay.
And that song kept playing for like 2 hours straight.
It's a great song.
It was a fun party, too.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Yeah.
Warehouse party.
You know what I'm saying.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't.
I'll describe it to you later.
Okay, good. Oh, yeah, I can only imagine.
That Monday Night Football, there were a lot of people ripping it because you shouldn't remake a classic like Phil Collins. First of all, Phil had to give permission to that, correct?
Well, Phil's making
of course.
bank. I mean, the famous story is Dolly Parton said she put all her nieces and nephews through college because of Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You."
Absolutely.
So Phil Collins is making bank on this too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But they kept the drum solo in there,
yes,
which was very cool.
Yeah, it was.
It's not on iTunes yet. That needs to be on iTunes.
Yeah, Chris Stapleton is like one of the great. He does a song with Justin Timberlake called "Tennessee Whiskey."
So Tennessee Whiskey, a different song. You're thinking of. I know the song you're thinking of. Tennessee Whiskey separate, which is also a great song.
Which is who? Tennessee Whiskey
is just Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton. But they mixed it.
Say something. That's a good job, producer
Say
Tyler.
Something. Yeah, thank you.
And you guys saw the big news about Justin Timberlake.
No.
The NSYNC reunion?
Yeah.
Can you imagine
coming back?
Wow.
Will you do the bye 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 dance with me? I did it in high school.
Did you? Let me. I would have to. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but if you did it, I'm sure.
Well, we just kind of get the song. You got the song in there?
Oh yeah, get the bye 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 song.
I have it. I have all NSYNC on my phone.
I love NSYNC. That's one of my favorites.
You don't remember that?
No.
We did that in what was it called when you had at high school when you all met in the gym? What was it called?
Dance?
No, for like a meeting. Like not a meeting, but they would tell you about stuff going on, and we did like
detention.
No, I wasn't in detention.
Was it like Breakfast Club? You
Wait,
were in
Chris,
detention.
you weren't?
I was not in detention.
That
I was in
surprises me.
You would be the Judd Nelson of
no. Because
Breakfast
here's the thing:
Club.
I was like
an assembly.
Yeah, assembly.
An assembly.
I was
There
like
you go.
president of Key Club and stuff, so everyone thought I was a good boy.
What's Key Club?
Kiwanis Educated Youth.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
it's so you do
Community
go
services.
help people.
So,
Yeah.
so everybody was faked out. They didn't realize all the schemes in the background. Here we go. Ready? I moved a little bit better than I should.
Yeah, your choreography.
I think if NSYNC starts touring again, obviously the key to all this is Timberlake. If he agrees to come back and they start touring, they will sell out.
Oh, absolutely.
Stadiums.
Everywhere.
Not arenas.
Yes.
And by the way,
stadiums.
Super Bowl halftime show? I don't think that's out of question.
So then all the others start to hover around. The Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees.
Right.
Even those like one-hit wonder boy bands that were getting traction in the late 90s, early 2000s, like, I don't know, I can't think of any of their names. But they will all start to come back.
You know what they should have? They should have one of those BTS bands come out, too. They've got like 11 guys in it. Have you ever seen BTS?
You talking about the band?
Yeah, the band.
Yeah.
The group, BTS.
Yeah.
They could play
K-pop.
with 98 Degrees, the K-pop.
What's the big hit? Butter?
Yeah.
Butter is a big hit. Yeah, exactly.
Like so-and-so, like the Colonel said in Boogie Nights. Remember what he said about butter? Like lollipops in my mouth and...
Oh. Can I see it, please?
Yes. All right. Coming up next,
Good night, everyone.
Spin the wheel of questions. It is Chris Morales' birthday. Raise a glass. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
You ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right, and it's my wheel today. Oh, this is an interesting question. Can you cry underwater? Can you cry underwater?
I would argue no, because even if you were crying, I wouldn't be able to see it.
Correct.
So I would argue no.
But
Bergman, what do you think?
Are you actually crying if you're crying?
Just because you can't see me crying underwater doesn't mean that it's not happening. Your tear ducts still work while you're underwater. Yeah, it's absolutely you can cry.
Yeah,
Why would your tear ducts stop working?
I just think your tear ducts work. It's just the tears are washed away in the water, right?
Yeah.
Brian, what about you?
I don't know. This one's kind of confusing. I would say no.
You're not.
Because if your eyes are open.
If you said to me, hey, watch this, I'm going to go underwater and cry.
Yeah.
You could swear that you were crying, but I couldn't tell, so it'd just be up to you.
Right.
I mean,
it's like a tree falling in the forest.
Right. And nobody hears it. Producer Tyler, what do you think?
I think you can cry underwater, yeah.
You-
I think
you do.
you're crying, you just can't see the tears because you're underwater.
You know who's really good at crying? Me.
Yeah, you always claim you can cry.
I can always cry.
All right, let's see it. How many minutes you need? You need 1 or 2 minutes?
Yeah, 1 or 2 minutes.
All right.
Why don't you talk
Not the
while
same
I work
story.
Up. No, this time it's going to be real.
He's never been able to do this.
Why don't
It's
you
going to
put
be
your
real.
head
It's
underwater?
going to be real.
All right.
You talk for a while. I'll cry.
Okay. So, what I should do is tell a really sad story to see if it'll help you cry. But you claim you can make yourself cry. I watched Brian Cranston, cry at Network on command. Like he just was able to do it, no problem at all. All right, so wait a minute. Wait. Okay. I don't know if you're going to get tears, but your eyes are definitely getting redder. There is something going on. Are you just going to a really dark place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Morales' birthday party. There's a little.
Yeah. I couldn't. Even if I thought of the most terrible thing ever, I can't make myself cry.
Yeah.
And what's weird is I cry pretty easily at movies.
Wait, look at that.
There
got
is
one? Actually a tear.
You got an actual tear?
Yeah, bring it on. Academy Award for Mason and Ireland.
Your eyes are definitely redder.
Yeah. Bergman, are you impressed?
No.
All right.
Not really.
That's fine.
There you go.
Bergman, you're
not really.
You're in a cranky mood today. What's going on in your life?
I don't know.
Yeah, are you?
It's just one of those
Am
days.
I right that you're feeling cranky?
Yeah, a little cranky.
Yeah,
A little cranky
like
today.
we had our little meeting beforehand,
I just got
and
up and
producer
left.
Tyler was there, and Bergman's like, stares at his computer for a couple minutes, says, "We're good."
No, I said, you guys got this.
Yeah,
And then walked out.
It's good. We got
I
it.
wasn't going to add anything at that point.
Yeah.
I was in a bad mood. Wasn't going to happen.
I don't blame
it's
you.
all right. It's all right. We do the show to pump up our moods.
Exactly.
Brian,
I'm in a good mood
you
right
in a
now.
good mood?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Producer Tyler?
Never better.
Yeah. Producer Tyler's going to get the first pick on the waiver
he's
wire.
in a
All
bad
right,
mood
so,
too, actually. He told me.
last night, Tyler's trying to make his first trade in the Hollywood Football League.
What a mistake.
Sharks.
And
Sharks, I tell you.
Yeah, so I connected him with Dan and Steve Gordon.
Yep.
Who are brothers that have been in our league forever. Good players. They normally finish on the money. And Tyler went back and forth with them all night. I would have done every one of the trades that Gordon's
Yeah, go ahead and tell him, John. Go ahead.
And okay, so here's the one that Tyler wouldn't do that I tried to talk him into.
Okay.
They said they would give Tyler Dak Prescott for Breece Hall. Breece Hall had 4 touches.
Yeah, and
last week.
he's ticked off about his lack of carries.
Right. But Tyler thinks Breece Hall is ready for a breakout.
Breece Hall is ready for a breakout. Absolutely. And if you're looking at draft position, Dak Prescott was taken in what? The 7th round?
Okay.
6th round? Breece Hall went in the 3rd round?
Right.
So
After
just off
Jahmyr
of that.
Gibbs.
Yeah.
After Jahmyr
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs I took first.
Okay.
Yeah, in the 2nd
so
round.
here would be my argument, Tyler, is that the Cowboys might have the best record in the NFL this year because of that defense.
Okay.
Because of that, Dak is going to be an MVP candidate. The quarterback on the best team is like Jalen
You might
Hurts
be
was
right.
last year. I think Geno Smith, who you love and who is your starting quarterback right now, Geno is going to be like hot and cold. Like last week, he had a good week. What do you have, like 18 points?
17, I think.
Yeah. All right. So last week, solid week. Week 1, not so great. Week 2, good.
Yeah.
I think Geno is going to be like one of those graphs that goes up and down.
Yeah, right.
I think Dak is going to steadily build all season long and be really reliable. That's why I would have done the deal. Tyler, you did not do the deal because?
I did not do the deal because it's a bad deal.
How so?
Because Dak Prescott for Breece Hall is just a bad deal. And he's trying to swindle me thinking I don't know fantasy football.
Well, based on your draft, you don't know fantasy football.
No, I don't know your league.
Yeah,
It's different.
I warned you. But here's the thing. I think
Are we
if
going
you,
back to the mock draft you sent me?
No. Here's the thing. If you try and finish in the top 8, playing Geno Smith at quarterback all year, you got no shot. You've got to get some reinforcements.
Okay, this leads me into a conversation.
Okay.
So I pulled a list of all of the starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
Okay.
With their QBR ratings, their quarterback ratings.
But remember, in
for
our
the
league,
first 2
all
weeks.
that matters are touchdowns.
Correct. But all I'm saying is who's been effective and who's not been at quarterback.
Right.
I've got a top 10 in quarterback rating.
Okay.
Do you guys want to try this?
Sure. All right, Greg, Tua's got to be either number 1 or number 2.
He does.
Tua's number 3. By the way, I don't think you'll get these necessarily.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he had 2 interceptions last week. Otherwise, I'd say.
So this is QBR.
Stafford.
So who's
Stafford
quarterback
I
rating?
would have said, but he had interceptions. So
yeah,
probably went down.
I wouldn't go with Stafford yet. We may come back to him.
So far, you've just got Tua at number 3.
I think Kirk Cousins is on this list. He's even though they're 0-2, he has put up monster numbers. Kirk Cousins,
number 6.
Oh,
okay.
4 touchdown passes the other night.
I think Jordan Love has 2 3-touchdown games. Greg, what do you think? Jordan Love,
number 4.
Okay.
Let's see who are the 2-0 teams.
Wait, is Dak? You think in the top 10?
He has 2. He only has 2 touchdowns on the season.
Okay. What about? Well, I'm trying to think. Daniel Jones. Oh, what about Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, Jalen
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is well down the list.
Okay, so he's not in the top 10.
Who did you say?
Lamar Jackson. He hasn't been like setting the world on fire.
By the way, you've mentioned 2 of the names.
So then give us a ding.
Well, wait a minute. No, but we didn't establish them as
your picks.
Okay. I gotta pull up a list of teams.
Mention 2 of the names.
Stafford probably is on there.
Yeah, let's do Stafford.
Number 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, Justin Herbert?
Oh, Brock Purdy's on there for sure.
Well, he didn't play great last week. He had his lowest QBR of his career last week. What about Justin Herbert? They've lost twice. But Justin Herbert.
Number 13.
Okay, so we have 2 strikes.
Would Sam Howell be on there?
You think Geno?
No, absolutely not Geno.
Not an absolutely. What about Jared Goff?
Okay, and Goff could be good. All right, well, we have to pick a good one. What do you want first?
I think we go
because you still mentioned one of the names.
And
I don't even remember who I mentioned.
Yeah, I don't even mention it. Okay, wait. Let me.
Oh, maybe Cousins.
Did we guess?
Who said Cousins?
Wait a minute. Did we guess Dak?
No, we did not guess that.
Dak Prescott.
Number 2.
Okay. Oh, we still don't have number 1.
We still don't have number 1.
You have mentioned him.
We mentioned.
I think it's Jared Goff then.
Really?
Let's go Jared Goff.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So number 1.
What about Derek Carr? Or Patrick Mahomes?
He threw an interception. Mahomes.
Maybe Mahomes.
Yeah, let's go Mahomes.
Mahomes, number 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
9, yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out who that number.
You're missing number 2 and
we're missing number 1.
1 and 10.
Josh Allen had a very big week 2.
Yeah, he was great in week 2. He's probably 10.
Yeah, let's do Josh Allen. That's it. We're out.
Number 12. You're out.
Okay.
Number 1.
Is it the guy in Houston?
No, it's Brock Purdy.
Isn't even though he had a bad week.
Quarterback rating of 86.6. Number 2 is Dak Prescott, then Tua, then Jordan Love, then Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford, Geno Smith, Patrick Mahomes, and Baker Mayfield.
Number
10.
Tyler said Baker.
He's off to a decent start, yeah. So there you have it. That tells you a little bit. By the way, Russell Wilson, number 11. I'm looking down the list here. Justin Herbert is number 13. Jimmy G is number 15. Lamar Jackson all the way down at 17. He's off to a slow start. You mentioned Derek Carr.
By the way, is Deshaun Watson near the bottom?
Let's see.
I couldn't believe how bad Deshaun Watson was last night. He was. I mean, I'm sure people like Bryce Young and Zach Wilson are worse, but I can't think of anybody else who might be worse than Deshaun.
Number 21. Jalen Hurts, number 24. By the way, I don't think we got number... Yeah, we got number 10, Baker Mayfield.
Did we guess Trevor Lawrence? Where's Trevor Lawrence on that list?
Trevor Lawrence...
He was bad this last weekend.
Is number 28.
Yeah, wow.
Deshaun Watson's number 30, by the way. Number 30 of 32. So he's off to a ridiculously awful start.
Yeah, that is bad.
You know, there was an interesting... tweet that came after the Bradley Chubb injury last night.
Not Bradley Chubb. Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb, sorry. Yeah. Who's Bradley Chubb?
He's a defensive player.
Okay. Nick Chubb. And Adam Schefter sent out this tweet. Nick Chubb dislocated his left knee and tore his MCL, PCL, and LCL with cartilage damage on October 10th, 2015 versus Tennessee. He injured the same knee tonight versus Pittsburgh. Do you see anything wrong with that tweet?
Yes, he should have led with the date.
Yes.
On October 2015, because when you first started reading it, I thought it was a diagnosis of what happened last night. So I can see why that would be confusing.
Yeah, here's a response to that. I find it so distasteful for Adam to craft this tweet specifically this way to drive engagement and eyeballs to his tweet, which is essentially what he was trying to do, right?
Right.
Which is essentially what most people are trying to do on Twitter or X or whatever you choose to call it. All right, let's do a little 2 o'clock call of the day action. So tons of stuff going on. By the way, Dodgers won again last night. They just winning like automatic now. And I know Chris Morales, birthday boy, 40 years old, hates Dave Roberts.
I mean, it's Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't hate Dave Roberts.
You do,
Yeah,
wait a minute. You want Dave Roberts fired? Yeah.
Wait.
Did you or did you not say you want Dave Roberts
That
fired?
doesn't mean I hate him.
No. Well,
you know what one of my birthday gifts was from the great Matt Burke?
What?
Our marketing consultant?
What?
A Dave Roberts bobblehead.
Very
And I
nice.
can't wait to break this apart live on the air when they get knocked out of the playoffs.
Now that's hatred.
It'll be the same day that I burn the Keyshawn cutout.
Don't
in the street.
Don't you understand that Dave Roberts is generally not making the decisions that it is Andrew Friedman? What do you mean?
Then give me an Andrew Friedman bobblehead and I'll break that too.
Okay, Andrew Friedman bobblehead.
so
That's the one
tired
you
of
should
it.
break.
See the hat that John Ireland gave
Yeah.
me from his birthday? You are gutless.
No, you are gutless. You are gutless. You try managing with that rotation. They've got like 2.5 starting pitchers, 1.5 starting pitchers.
I had more to say like a half.
Yeah, isn't it? We have about 1.5 starting pitchers this year. Now, I think.
I threw it earlier. I broke one of the feet.
Oh.
Well, wait.
I broke one of the legs earlier by throwing it. I pulled an Ireland and threw it across the
You're
room.
busting up Dave Roberts. Who
I have no comment on this because when I threw Sleeves Trophy, everybody wanted to put me in a mental
100%,
institution.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't wait till I break the whole thing in just a few weeks.
This is only if they get knocked out of the playoffs.
If they win the World Series, I guess the joke will be on me, won't
Yes, it will be. Yes, it will be. Like in 2020, when you also picked them
When they
to
had
go
a
out
4-month
early.
break?
Yeah. What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, nothing.
4-month
It doesn't
break.
help anything.
It helped everybody the same. It helped the Dodgers more than it helped everybody else. All right.
I
Irrational.
love that I can just instigate all of you on this bit. It
With
might
the
be my
Dave Roberts
greatest bit.
bit?
Yeah. Because it gets everybody going. Like,
Yeah,
look
because you're wrong.
Because John is like, yeah, whatever. It's just Morales being Morales. But you, I can see by
Yeah,
your throat
I
action
just hate
that your blood pressure is rising.
Your wrongness is you're at peak wrongness
Your
right
love
now.
affair to defend
It's
this
not
guy.
a love
when
affair.
we're not even the
to defend
Dodger
Dave.
station.
By the way, is Dave coming on? Did we ever hear back from the
He
Dodgers?
will never come on this radio station
Did he?
again.
No, they've not gotten back to me.
Okay, we're trying to get Dave on.
I have a
actually
feeling our
respect that
friends
now.
over there are very aware of the bit going on. They listen quite a bit.
Yeah, but they're
so
not-
they can learn how to do radio
Well,
from
then
us.
all I would say is don't come on Live Imaging Tuesday. You will be treated fairly.
First of all, I can just broadcast from the house. I just turn a switch.
Yeah.
We go right from the
Hey,
house.
we turn one too off.
Well, yeah. But they never turn off on us.
Yeah, no,
so we
that's
can
true.
teach them how to do radio.
All right, 2 o'clock call today. 877-710-ESPN. Anything's fair game always on 2 o'clock call of the day. Maybe if you get through on the lines, you can try to cheer up Greg Bergman,
Why is he so down over
who,
there?
despite his Sunday swagger shirt and all his color, is still really kind of a downer.
Why is he a downer today?
I don't know.
Well,
He's
I
just-
think that happens when you get when you slide up to management because then everybody's problems end up on your desk.
that's true.
Yeah, but
That's
guys, he's
true.
been management for like 4 years.
Yeah, he has been assistant
Yeah, but
program
nobody.
director
But
for a
when he
while.
was assistant program director, nobody took him seriously.
I'm still
He's still assistant
that's my
program
title.
director.
Assistant program director.
Well, maybe that's the issue.
Yeah. All right. 2 o'clock call of the day. 877-710-ESPN. Mason in Ireland, 710-ESPN.
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN.
Let's find out who wins favorite personality for the first time ever at the Vanity Awards.
Oh my God! I have just a little respect from this guy. I don't have any respect for the others. Okay, so it's the voice. That's what I call this guy, the voice. Chris Morales.
I love you, big dog! The people love you, man! Give it up for Chris Morales!
Thank you. Well, you go, Wes!
Yeah!
You take that back.
It is a final!
I'm going to keep it brief. I know we're tight on time. I have a feeling the Sedano and Cap Circle of Trust had something to do with this. Thank you for the votes. I am so lucky to work with a lot of amazing personalities at the radio station. 1 minute after 2 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday. Mason in Ireland, birthday edition. My birthday.
Your birthday. And I even know this one. Chicago.
Saturday in the Park?
Yeah, Saturday in the Park. I know this one.
I think this is Yacht Rock. You don't hear it a lot on Yacht Rock Radio, the channel, but I think it could fall in there.
Chris, it's your birthday. Pick a number between 1 and 45. We have 45 people on hold.
I'm going to go with 8.
Number 8. Let's go to Jerry in Hacienda Heights. Jerry, what's going on? Don't ask us how we're doing.
Hey, guys, I just want to say I think that load management in baseball is an oxymoron. I don't believe they do enough to have to sit out games. I mean, if a guy's playing first base, how often does the ball move to him, unless he's just catching the ball.
Okay, so, Jerry, let me give you the flip side.
Outfielders just stand out there waiting for the ball to come to them.
I think you make a fair point, but, Jerry, here's what I will say. Over the last 17 days of September, the Dodgers play 17 games.
Right.
In 17 days.
Yep.
Is it smart to play those guys every single day and then tell them just show up in the playoffs?
Hey, John, I walk all day long at work. I do more than these guys do in only 2 or 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Apparently your answer is yes.
He does more than Mookie Betts. Jerry can play infield. He can play outfield, second base, shortstop,
catcher?
right field, catcher.
Put the tools of ignorance
Jerry
on him.
can do everything. All right, let's try Raul in Fontana. Raul, you're on 710. What's up? Don't ask us how we're doing.
Okay, I won't. Terry's a little bit off.
Yes.
Just to start with. But also to move along, I don't agree with having Dave Roberts there. If they do happen to win the World Series, I will buy a Dodger jersey, a Dave Roberts jersey, although I don't agree with the guy. He should have been gone at least 3 years ago.
So why do you dislike what Dave Roberts has done?
By the way, he's won the division in all 3 of those years, Raul.
Well, with all the talent that they have, they can't help but win the division.
Well, this year
the way
they didn't.
He handled
they didn't.
The rotation is unforgivable.
Raul, this year they didn't have the most talent in the division. San Diego did.
Talent-wise, no, but character-wise, with all the way around, quality and quantitative, yes, they did.
But, Raul, do you not put any credence in the fact that Andrew Friedman is writing a script for Dave Roberts to execute?
Oh, yeah. Dave Roberts is nothing but a puppet.
So why fire the puppet? He's like little Cappy. Why fire little Davy?
A lot of people want to fire little Cappy.
Little Davy.
Not me.
I love little Cappy.
I love little Cappy.
I've done a lot of things with little Cappy.
Why would you want to fire little Davy?
Because you want to get somebody that's going to turn around and as they're walking to make a pitching change, just turn around and tell them, no, I'm not doing that today. You got to find somebody else that's going to do it your way.
Okay.
All right.
So you think he should countermand Andrew Friedman?
Raul, if I let you take over the Dodgers for a day, obviously your first move would be fire Dave Roberts. Who would you hire?
Somebody with some backbone, like a Chase Utley type of guy.
Chase Utley has never managed in the major leagues.
No, he hasn't managed, but neither did Dave Roberts.
Let me tell you
either.
something. Here's the truth. Andrew Friedman will not hire anybody if they don't listen to him.
So he won't hire anybody that's not a puppet, is what you're saying.
Correct. Like most Major League Baseball managers. Of all the sports, baseball managers are the least important now because so much of the directive is coming from.
Is Raul, you still there?
Yeah.
Raul.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Raul, I want you to say, Dave Roberts, you're gutless.
Raul, go ahead and say it.
Okay, Dave Roberts, he is gutless.
Yeah! There you go.
Yeah,
Bam.
I totally disagree.
It's a final.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Dave Roberts thing, this year, if he wins, it'll be a miracle.
Raul is going to be in so many promos.
Is he?
For Real Dodgers
For
Talk.
Real Dodgers
As
Talk?
we ramp up to
That's
the playoffs.
good. That's
Two
good.
things we're going to run a lot of.
Yes.
Promo saying Real Dodgers Talk and tune into the Blue Review Live at 9:30 a.m. with
Right.
Corporate Greg at
Right.
ESPN Los Angeles and Quentin Yates.
Yeah, that's right.
Parker Bell.
Every morning.
Parker's got to work on his presentation.
P-Bell?
I got to work on
It was
with
better today. It was a
yeah,
little
he's
bit
got to
better
use
today.
his voice.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, this is Parker. It's time for the Blue Review. And then Corporate Greg and Quentin come in booming.
Yeah, is that right? So Parker,
Parker,
you're a
you
little
got to
shy?
talk. You got to be like, it's Parker Bell.
I've told him.
And it's time for the
I
Blue
told
Review,
him.
sucker.
Yeah, add sucker at the end.
Of
You
everything.
can.
Yeah,
You're
at the end of
welcome to.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how would you rate Parker's P-Bell's performance so far on the Blue Review?
It's been up and down, but today it was
Well,
a
first
little-
we had to get him to show up on time.
Yeah, well, that took a little while. That took about a week.
That is critical to the job.
And then it has gotten better. Today was better. He had points to make. He was more talkative. It was good. It was better today.
So every day, 9:30 live.
9:30 live. And by the way, with Dave Roberts, this has been one of the best years of Dave Roberts' career.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
No, great. He was not supposed to win the division.
Nope.
He lost all 5 of his starting pitchers
Yes.
and are all playing 4 rookies.
Yep.
Like, what else is he has an opener every other day with Ryan Yarbrough, who they just got at the trade deadline, pitching 5 innings
I'm
afterwards.
telling you,
they did a great job.
It's an amazing that they won. They're going to be somewhere around 100 wins this year.
You, before
That's
the
amazing.
season, thought they were going to win 85 games.
Correct. I think I said 90 and make the playoffs, but it's going to be 100 and win the division.
Yep.
I thought the Padres were going to win the division. Dave has way outperformed this year.
Cool. Do you think he's going to win the World Series?
No,
Not this year.
I think Atlanta probably wins it, but
Yeah, I don't think they've got the arms.
he's
to win.
overachieved for sure.
If he had his arms that he had at the beginning of the season, I would say yes, they would win the World Series.
I mean, if he had Dustin May and those guys, he would
Dustin
be
May and Clayton Kershaw healthy.
all. I mean,
but
all
if we
that.
started every year and we said,
Glorious, it wasn't dumb.
Mason takes like 7,000 vacation
Hey, I'm
days
on a
this
streak
year.
right now. I'm on a huge streak.
We're just happy if we get through the year. We don't want to beat Lunchtime with Fred. But the fact that
Lunchtime
we
with Fred.
the fact that we
that still
pound Lunchtime with Fred
Yes.
into submission.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
The goal is to pound,
Yes.
not
Correct.
to just get by.
Yeah, no, I totally get
So,
that.
and we're
but
playing at a handicap every year with you on this team because you take so much time off, but we still get through
Wait a
it.
minute. I'm in the middle of a streak of 58 consecutive shows.
What day are we on? 20?
Yeah,
I think you're
it's
close
about
to 20.
Yeah, about 20 right now.
Okay.
I'm
What's gonna happen after?
I think he's going to do it.
Yeah, no, I'm
So
about
we're-
1/3
This
of the
is
way
like
home.
applauding Dave Roberts winning the division. We're
Well, wait a
applauding
minute.
you for
Is
winning
anybody
50
else going to do 59 consecutive shows on the station? I don't
Probably
think so.
everybody else here.
No,
it's the fall.
I don't think so. Everybody starts.
Me?
I'm off
Yeah,
for a
Corporate
game. I'm
Greg.
off. I'm traveling. No, Bergman will definitely be here every day, except when I'm not.
Yeah.
No, but
exactly.
that's not even true. I am still here when you're not here.
Yeah,
That happens.
He just
that lasts
doesn't
like a
work.
week.
yeah, just not in there.
No.
Yeah, no, I think that will be the longest streak on the station in a long time. Don't you think? 58.
I think compared to everybody kind of works here a lot.
Well, but everybody comes and goes.
Nah,
everybody's got other
you're
stuff.
more of a come and goer than
No,
others.
no. And John will,
I don't know if anybody else is going to do 58.
No, John.
Maybe Trav.
John will have
Travis.
Travis.
It is Travis.
Travis
Yeah.
probably
100%.
has done 58 consecutive
He was sick
shows.
last week, but otherwise,
Oh, that's right.
he
So
missed Friday.
This is
But
amazing.
that was like the
actually.
one time this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a rat. I don't want to talk about him.
Oh, come on. Travis.
It's a good bit.
Travis,
By the way,
you're on?
Ireland said something last week that I thought was funny.
Okay.
When he said he thought I was the one behind the Reddit page. That actually would have been amazing. I should have thought of that first.
The Reddit
Yeah.
page is filth.
That I'm just all the characters on the Reddit page. But yeah, I don't want.
Wait a minute.
You would
You
be all
are
of them?
penis thumbs?
No, I'm saying if I was.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much. The one thing they talk about on the Reddit page so much is who's dating who. Have you noticed that?
And
I haven't been on there.
By the way, using the word dating is nice on your
correct.
part.
Correct.
Who do they think I'm dating?
Who's zooming who?
Actually, I don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know. You don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
I'll tell you off the air who you're dating. Yeah.
It's not. Oh, no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
It's
get
actually
it.
Tyler.
It's Tyler.
Yeah,
it's producer
you are
Tyler.
dating Tyler.
Yeah, producer
There you go.
Tyler.
If he kept the Red Sox hat on, I might be into it.
Yeah. All right, here's a question. If you're getting married, what's the one thing you shouldn't do?
Get married.
Says Morales. I will tell you coming up next. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
There's an action stance here.
You gotta get oh, yeah. Yep. She's right here, and you got to get the hips going.
Yep.
And then when it drops, we don't have the actual version where it drops. And that's when I really,
He's got
Taylor's efforting it. And then maybe you get the leg up.
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know what you're clapping at.
Right. What are we clapping?
Himself. Absolutely.
Himself. Normally the clapping happens in private. You know
what
I'm
a
saying?
time for our social media team to not be in here.
I know.
Because that
we're getting more of
Let me
that.
tell you something. I've seen Usher do some stuff.
I've
seen Chris Morales do some stuff.
I had no business in the studio. I was walking by, just minding my business, going to do something else, and I saw that, and I had to walk in.
Hold on. Wait for the leg up.
Wait, hold on. Now we get the leg up.
Yep. Looks good to me.
Well,
I mean,
makes one of us.
How are there not 3-4 women
there
coming
were
through the hallway and saying, "Hey,
in
the man's got
how long
this
have
much
you
rhythm."
How long have you worked here?
This is Rupert. Rupert. Robert.
Close.
Ronnie.
Combine Robert and Ronnie. What do you get?
Ronnie.
Robbie
Robertson.
Ronnie Rivers.
No.
Ronnie Rivers.
Here it comes.
Robbie.
Here comes come on.
Robbie
Dupree.
Never would have gotten that in a million years.
By the way, it is a Live Imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland. We always play Yacht Rock on a Live Imaging Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
And our friends Yacht Crew announced today that they will be performing December 28th at the Grove in Anaheim, which means that's a real home game for me. That's like 5 minutes from my house.
That's right.
I got to get tickets. We got to get the whole mishpucha there.
Oh, I will go to see.
You will?
It's Yachtly Crew or Yachty by Nature?
No, Yachtly Crew.
Yachtly Crew. Yeah, I'll definitely go.
Will you wear the sailor hat?
I will happily wear
Can
a
I call you
hat.
Captain?
When in Rome, sure.
Commodore.
Commodore?
Yeah.
I'll call you both.
Captain,
Admiral.
my captain. Yeah. Morales, you're good for this.
Okay.
So you're an unmarried guy.
Yes.
Right, 40 years old, single.
Very happy.
Yeah, very happy, single. There's one piece of advice for football fans and people generally planning weddings. Do not do it in the fall. Don't do it during football season. Weddings are great in February. Weddings are great in spring and May. Weddings are great in summer. Weddings are terrible in September, October, November, December. Why do people schedule weddings during football season?
A lot of times it's when they can get the venue.
Right.
In other words, the church or wherever it is you want to get married, they have openings for the exact reason you're talking about.
Do people avoid football season?
I would.
Like
I got married
Saturday-
on January 2nd. I waited for the football season to end.
Right.
And when I got married, there was a chance UCLA was really good that year, and there was a chance they were going to the national championship game. So I had 2 honeymoons planned. One if they went, and one if they didn't.
Oh, wow.
Remember they lost to Miami?
Yes.
Because of that hurricane?
Morales, what do you think? Weddings during football season?
I mean, I think no weddings, just in
You
general.
think no? Why are you so opposed to
Chris,
marriage
do you think
and
you'll
love?
never be married?
No, maybe one day when I'm like 60, if I make it that far.
You want to get married when you're 60?
Actually, no, because what's the point? Why get married?
For this love, this bond, this companionship, this sex, all this stuff that goes along.
All of that I could do without getting married.
He's right.
With a lot of different people sometimes.
Okay. But a lot of times, for especially women, being married is important.
Sure.
So, Grace, when you would get married is if the person you were in love with said, "Marry me or I'm leaving." Then you got to make a call.
But why would they say that? Why are we at that point? How
Because
do we get there?
they want some assurance that you're not just going to get up and walk away for the next best thing.
So you want to start a relationship, a marriage, on an ultimatum?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, but
right,
I'm telling you, that's what happens.
or else.
That's what happens a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it is.
No, that
it's
is what
happened to a
happens.
lot of my
That won't work.
friends.
Then they will not
and a
work.
lot of them are divorced.
Right. And now I see it's 2 guys for me. So nobody's really pushing for marriage. But women tend to push for marriage. Like Lisa probably pushed for marriage, didn't she?
We broke up over the fact that I wouldn't commit, and we got back together 6 months later.
Oh, there you go.
And then we were
See?
married 2 years after that.
So are you always single, Morales? I've never seen you with anybody in terms of dating.
So I date.
I've seen you with many.
Yeah, but so it was funny because last night was a reflective night for me. Because 10 years ago in 2013 was when I met my ex. Our first date was the day before my birthday, 2013. And then that was
How long did that last?
about 5 years. It was a turbulent 5 years.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
So, yes, I've done it.
But
we
see-
weren't as close then, so you didn't see me with that
Correct.
person.
I did not.
But it was turbulent for a lot of different
But
reasons.
like when we go to events, softball, all that kind of stuff, Chris goes stag.
Though there might
Well,
be a
wait
few
a
in the
minute,
crowd.
You and I go stag.
Yeah, no, it's true. We go
There
stag.
might be a few in the crowd.
But
You never know.
we know that we have something at home. Morales is just roaming the town.
Well, I prefer to go to their homes, first of all. Road
Yeah,
games is
good.
key. I don't
Road
want
games.
I don't want people in my house.
Got it. Yeah.
He's the Michael Thompson of dating.
It's just, for me, Mace,
Yeah.
I enjoy my life. I have a lot of amazing friends. A lot of them I work with. So we always have something to talk about. Okay, I spend a lot of time with Tommy Lamb. Spend a lot of time with Corporate Greg.
Yep.
There's not a lot of time, because here's the other thing. In women that I've dated, or, they want a certain time commitment. And
Right.
and it's just hard for me, mainly because of work. So that's not
Right.
fair to somebody.
Yeah.
If you want somebody who's going to be there 4 or 5 times a week, I can't.
You're just not that guy.
I have too much work.
Yeah.
And you can blame me for that, but that's my passion. I followed in my father's footsteps.
Yeah.
To be in radio.
Right.
I love this radio station. I love the other radio stations I work with. I love the other business partners I work with. So, frankly, that's my passion. And when I have changed that in my life, when I've tried to balance it all, it's not good for the other person. That's not fair to them. So, be completely
so,
honest.
Chris, this is what you need. I have a deal with my wife, Lisa, that we are going to be the most important person in each other's lives, but we're not going to be the most important thing.
I like that. But still, if
I don't
Greg-
understand
If
that.
I'm on a date and Greg calls me and I know it's an emergency, I'm picking up. So he's more important.
I don't understand
Okay, so what I mean by that
That's why I
is
love you,
I
buddy.
want her to have her life and her friends
Right.
and her activities. I want her to do all the things that she wants to do.
Right.
When she goes on vacation, I want her taking me.
You want her taking
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Because Juan and I do all the same stuff.
right.
We
See-
go the same. We do the same stuff. We know the same people. It's like there's
But
no
is that
separation.
healthy? It should be about 60%.
Well, let me say it works for me.
Well, no, it works for you
Well,
guys.
that's
it
the
works
key.
for
You got to
me.
find
That- in
you
the
got to
end-
find something you're comfortable.
Yeah, in the end.
But
it
isn't
works
that
for
too
me.
much of? Don't you think at times he feels like, oh, when you get home and he just kind of goes, oh, he's home.
No, he can't. He can't wait to see me.
But he just saw you 4 or 5 hours ago.
Yeah, I know, but it's all
That's
hail.
a lot of that's a lot of commitment for
all
Chris.
hail the conquering hero. He's home.
You never wake up and go, gosh, wouldn't it be great if he wasn't here today and I
No.
could just do whatever I want?
Never.
Never.
Ever. Never.
Oh, see, I can't do it.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
about 2 days together, I'm like, okay, you're going to leave, right?
Marriage is not for you.
No, it's not.
Marriage is definitely not for you. So, Ireland, I want to hit you with this. There is an interesting. Somebody ran down Joe Montana on TMZ.
Okay.
And TMZ asked him, who's the greatest quarterback of all time? And he, without hesitation, said, it's Dan Marino. Now, he thinks that Dan Marino, in this era, in this age of the throwing quarterback, that he would just be lightening up. So he's talking about Marino as a physical specimen over, for example, the obvious choice, which is Tom Brady. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah. When I first started playing fantasy football, the number one pick every year was Dan Marino.
Sure.
Because he had a lightning quick release. He threw deep a lot.
Yep.
And I think Marino was the first guy ever to have 50 touchdowns. I need to look that up.
Yeah.
But I understand how much he likes Marino. Now, if you're basing that question on who's the most skilled quarterback you've ever seen.
That's a good way to phrase it. That's a good way to phrase it.
I think Dan Marino's in the conversation. If the conversation is who's the best quarterback of all time, there's only one answer. It's Tom Brady.
It's Tom Brady, yeah.
Yeah.
Based on results.
Yeah, I mean, no one's ever come close to the numbers that Tom Brady put up, and he did it till he was 45.
Right.
And the minute he left New England and went to another team, he won a Super Bowl with that team.
Here's exactly what Montana said. He said, put Marino in today's game where he gets free release and his receivers, holy cow, weren't very big. Now these guys are 6'4", 6'5". I think Marino's probably one of the most unsung heroes in the history of the game.
Possible, but he only went to one Super Bowl and he lost it.
And in the end, that's, especially for quarterbacks, that's all that really matters. You don't remember which offensive lineman, which defensive lineman won Super Bowls, but you do remember quarterbacks, and they are held to, the ring culture exists for quarterbacks the way it exists for the rest of the NBA.
Although what's interesting is if you ask, there is a consensus answer to almost all these questions. If you asked everybody in America and they all answered, who's the greatest quarterback of all time? And you phrase it that way. 80% coming in on Tom Brady.
100%.
If you say, who's the best wide receiver of all time? 80% coming in on Jerry Rice.
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right. If you say, who's the best running back of all time? It probably depends on your age.
Yes.
Anybody that's older than 60 would say Jim Brown. Anybody who's younger might say somebody like Barry Sanders or more modern. Best defensive lineman ever. There's a lot of good ones. Yep. I would say it's Aaron Donald.
I think it's Aaron Donald, yeah.
Best linebacker ever is Lawrence Taylor.
Yep.
Best defensive back ever. That's debatable.
Let's see.
Who?
Dion?
It could be Dion.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Yeah, could be Dion.
Jason Sehorn.
No, it wasn't Jason. It's whoever
Ronnie's in it.
Ronnie Lott.
It's whoever they
votes.
said it's that island. Like Dion Island.
Revis Island.
Like those are the guys. If you have an island and you're a defensive back, that means you're really good.
So that includes safeties, right? So then Ed Reed.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, absolutely one of the best.
That's a good one.
That's a good call.
But
yeah.
So there isn't as much debate as people think. I mean, but there is some. I mean,
the phrasing most skilled though makes it interesting.
Makes it harder.
Is Tom Brady the most skilled quarterback of all time?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Mahomes is more skilled.
Yeah, Mahomes is definitely on the list of greatest quarterbacks of all time already. I mean,
he's got 2 Super Bowls.
Already, 2 Super Bowls, and just has lit up the league.
Okay, so
been
think
to
of
the Super Bowl, 3-4 times?
Well, he's been to the AFC Championship game 5 years in a row.
And he has 4 he's been to the Super Bowl 4 times or 3 times?
3 times. He's won 2 and lost 1.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Right. And he's
Not
he's in the AFC Championship game every single year.
Yeah.
Pretty.
That in the NBA, this is more debatable. Like most people would say Jordan.
Right.
Greatest NBA player ever. But some people would say Kareem. Some people would say LeBron.
Yep.
And then Wilt would get some
Bill
votes.
Russell.
Yeah.
I always hear Bill Russell's name come out. Those are kind of the general guys. Let's not put them on a Mount Rushmore. My God, that's the last thing we need. The world does not need more Mount Rushmores. All right, coming up next, I want to read you a story about a high school football game.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me what you think of the writing. That is coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about Terranea. This is, as you know, if you listen to the station, I love Terranea, and Terranea is doing something really cool. I am the husband of a breast cancer survivor, and Terranea is turning pink this October in support of National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Terranea, proud to launch their campaign, Terranea Turns Pink, a series of heartfelt experiences throughout October. Proceeds from various activities will benefit Play for Pink and have a lineup of exciting events and activities. On October 1st, Terranea is going to host the 9th annual Birdies for Breast Cancer at the Links. It's a day of golf, delicious food, silent auctions, and on-course contests. Throughout October, they'll have their signature Florecita pink cocktail, an archery experience, dueling pianos, and silent auction night. All the proceeds from all this stuff. Mesa got some yoga under the stars.
Beautiful. Yeah, nice.
All the proceeds go to benefit breast cancer research. Reserve your spot or learn more at terranea.com/experiences or call 310-494-7891. Terranea turns pink where luxury meets compassion. Terranea, Terranea.com.
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN. Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station. 710 ESPN.
Let's find out who wins favorite personality for the first time at the Vanity Awards.
Oh my God! I have just a little respect from this guy. I don't have any respect for the others. Okay, so it's the voice. That's what I call this guy, the voice. Chris Morales.
People love you, big dog! The people love you, man! Give it up for Chris Morales! Thank you. Well, you gutless! Yeah! You take that back. It is the final! I'm going to keep it brief. I know we're tight on time. I have a feeling the Sedano and Cap Circle of Trust had something to do with this. Thank you for the votes. I am so lucky to work with a lot of amazing personalities at the radio station.
Is this like MLB there?
It's Michael McDonald.
Oh, okay.
But it's the Doobie Brothers when he was with the Doobie Brothers. It's a big hit for them.
Preemie.
You don't like the Doobie Brothers?
No, they're like 70s. They're like before me.
They had Song of the Year, What a Fool Believes, I believe, was 1982.
Was it really?
Look that up.
I was a DJ. And this record didn't play.
Well, this is Real Love. This isn't What a Fool Believes. But What a Fool Believes was Song of the Year, I think in 82. But
78.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
almost. Yeah, right. Yeah. Just a little bit before. All right, so I'm going to read you a story. Everybody. Brian.
Story
Bergman.
time.
Yeah, story time.
Oh, I've got one for you too, but I need Chris in here for it.
Okay. Here we go. I'm going to read this story, and I want you to tell me if you think it is anything is remarkable. It, okay. So this is a story in the Columbus Dispatch newspaper, which is the primary newspaper in Columbus. And
Columbus, hello.
Columbus, go! We're playing story time music. That's good. So here we go. This, again, was in the Columbus Dispatch. I'm obviously vamping because I've lost the story for just a moment.
All right, you want me to do mine while you're looking?
Actually, I've got it here. Okay, ready? This is about a high school football game in the Columbus area. The Ayersville Pilots defeated the Delta Panthers 27-7 in an Ohio high school football game on Friday. Ayersville drew first blood by forging a 15-7 margin over Delta after the first quarter. Neither defense permitted points in the second and third quarters. The Pilots avoided the breaks and shifted into victory gear via a 12-0 stretch over the fourth quarter. And that is the story. Now, anything strike you as remarkable about that?
It sounds like, I may be wrong, but it sounds like a generic chat GPT story.
It is AI. The Columbus Dispatch newspaper
it used a lot of phrases. It's
using AI to write all of its high school football coverage now.
Like you could just change the names there and you could tell.
But it's like it's passable for those that still read the newspaper, right?
Yeah.
So that guy yesterday
well, that's
called.
what, Mace, this is what's happening to newspapers all over the country. They're eliminating staff and just using ChatGPT to write stories.
Where is this going?
So, yeah, it's
you're
problem.
the one reading this stuff, promoting it.
To me, it's a point of interest. It's a point of interest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
How do we know that important people
Chris,
who listen to the show are going, we don't need that?
Well, Chris, I have, more importantly, I have an ethical dilemma which you are uniquely qualified to weigh in on.
Beautiful.
Are you ready?
I am.
All right. This is a story about a bachelorette party.
Mm-hmm.
It happened in Nashville.
Yep.
Nashville, hello.
All right, so a girl with 7 of her girlfriends had her bachelorette party at a strip club in Nashville. Okay?
Like a regular strip club or a male-oriented strip club?
Nope, regular strip club with women.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
The women went to see other women.
Yeah.
Okay.
As bachelorette parties, they tend to get wild.
So the bachelorette party...
What happened to the music, Jack?
Yeah, where's the story time?
The bachelorette party got a little bit out of control.
Nice.
The bachelorette herself...
ended up...
breaking a few rules.
Oh, yeah. Of the strip club or in life?
In life.
Like 10 Commandments rules?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She was seen at the strip club, shall we say, enjoying herself with a man other than her husband or her fiancé. But some people would argue that's what bachelorette parties are for. It's kind of a last fling thing.
Oh.
But here's the problem.
Yes.
The bachelorette party, the 8 girls, did not leave a tip.
Oh.
So one of the strippers took a little video of the bachelorette having her fun with a man, not her fiance, and sent it out over TikTok.
Wow.
And our bachelorette got busted.
Yes.
For cheating on her fiance. My question, Chris, is this.
How did the fiance see the TikTok? Does he already follow this stripper, or is this just random?
Well, it went viral.
Oh.
It went viral.
And it found its way onto his phone.
Okay.
Now, my question is this. Who's more at fault here? The bachelorette or the stripper? Because I think that when you go to a strip club, you assume that
what happens in the strip club stays in the strip club.
But I also don't, you've heard me talk a lot about tipping. I don't like when people don't tip. And so I'm sympathetic towards the stripper who lashed out by sending out the TikTok video. Chris Morales, on your 40th birthday, who is more at fault here? The bachelorette or the stripper?
The stripper.
Because she broke stripper code?
I don't know if it's stripper code, but it's just humanity code. Like if you're, if you have an establishment where sometimes people do things that aren't respectful to their relationship or whatever their situation is, you can't be taking video. Like, for instance, if you're a drug dealer.
Right.
And you take video of selling drugs to somebody.
Sure.
And then use that as
that
blackmail.
violates drug dealer code?
I believe so.
Yes.
Bergman, what do you think? Who looks worse in that story?
No, I think the woman does, but a strip club is not illegal. Selling drugs is illegal. It's a different situation.
Right, but back to the other dilemma.
It's still code.
You think
different kind of codes.
You think the bachelorette looks worse? Why?
Why? Because she's cheating on her fiance or the person she's just about to marry.
And she's a bad tipper.
No, she's not. No, it's not even a bad tipper. She's a non-tipper.
She's a
non-tipper.
Did she cheat or just mess around?
I mean, come on, no.
There were some compromising positions.
It's
if you know what
not
I mean.
outright cheat.
Come on,
it's probably
cheated.
strip club.
It was pretty close.
Oh, really? Is there video of this?
It's champagne room
No, is
cheating.
it really?
Yes.
Was it full BAM or half BAM?
Bam!
Is it final?
Yeah, it's
man, I did
not
that video
full,
of that
too. I would call it, Chris, what we say in certain circles, everything but.
Everything.
Okay.
Well, didn't quite round the bases.
Everything but.
Yeah.
Solid shot to the gap.
But this is proof.
Extra
Well,
bases.
that would be, no, never mind.
Extra bases, if you know what I mean.
She's a non-tipper.
Yep.
And to me, that's the critical piece of the story.
Brian, who looks worse here, the Bachelorette or the stripper?
Oh, the Bachelorette, 100%.
Actually, I'm changing my mind.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah.
Because
for what
the
it's worth, Lisa Ireland weighed in on this.
Yep.
She agrees with Brian.
That
Bachelorette.
Bachelorette.
Yeah. The problem is,
I
it's
think
also,
Bachelorette.
if you're the Bachelorette, you're not the one tipping. You're not the one paying. It's everybody else in the room that tips
good
also.
point. So I didn't think about that.
So their friends are the bad people, and then got her.
So her friends, it's
not
what's
the
his name's
Bachelorette's
friends?
fault.
It's like John Morant's friends
is.
that got him suspended by putting him on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
That is not a good friend.
What did the Bachelor do?
Did he drop her? Or
I think the wedding has been postponed.
Has it been postponed?
It should be canceled.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, it could be canceled, but for now it's postponed.
Here's the thing: if you're going to cheat, you're going to cheat. People that look through phones, it doesn't matter. You're not going to stop somebody. Like, that's part of the problem with the whole marriage. Like,
what about the tracking device? The tracking device you put on under the bumper of the car.
That's good, right? That's good.
That's trust.
That's trust. Like Cappy and
like Cappy and Rachel.
I mean,
Rachel
honestly,
put a tracking device on
no,
it.
she was tracked. This is on Cappy
do
too.
track each
They
other.
track each other, which you can do on your iPhones.
Oh, okay.
So you can share your location constantly with somebody.
Yeah, I won't do that.
Cappy doesn't strike me as someone who has anything to hide. He's just kind
it
of
only
out
created
there.
an issue when he had the. Well, yeah, I think he does the chicken guy in Breaking Bad, where he left the tracking device at the
Gus?
chicken.
Gus Fring?
Where Gus did, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Cappy leaves his phone on the plane.
Oh, that's right. Leaves it somewhere else and just goes
goes and lives his
Yeah,
life.
Exactly.
God bless him.
Exactly. So Morales, you're 40 now.
I am.
What
Is there anything on your bucket list, Chris? Something you really, really want to do that you haven't done, or have you pretty much checked all the boxes?
I've done a lot.
But is there anything? Like we asked you about skydiving, you said absolutely not.
So I think once I got in the air,
Yeah.
I would kind of be like,
I think-
it's okay
Yeah,
now.
I think you would enjoy it.
The anxiety to that point could be crippling.
Now, is there a difference between anxiety and excitement? There's a very fine line between
Well,
the two.
fight or flight are very close in your brain.
Yeah, correct.
Which causes anxiety. The anxiety building the week to it, the day, I would be crippling. I don't think I could even get on the plane to go over there.
Yeah, see, I've done it once. I'll do it again.
But I have a heights issue. Now
Oh, do you? Yeah.
That's what started sort of the driving anxiety. It's a whole thing.
But there has to be something on your bucket list. Like what? What's on your bucket? Like, what's the one thing? Like, is there somewhere you want to go in the world that
No.
you've never been?
Yeah, I'm like that, Chris.
I mean,
I feel like if my number is up tomorrow, I feel like I've lived a full life.
Like Tommy Lamb, the chairman of the Fun and Games Department, he wants to go to Augusta. He wants us to go to
Oh,
Augusta.
that would be bucket list.
So that would be fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
You know, maybe.
Yeah,
But
no,
that
you
would
don't
very
think that'd
hard.
be great?
It's very hard to get on.
Right. Well, we'll figure out a way.
But that would be bucket list.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But I also am sort of like, I enjoy the pageantry of Augusta every year. Everybody gets excited for the match. We watch it together. We talk about it.
Oh, you just want to go to the Masters?
Yeah, we
I
don't
thought you were
wanna-
talking about playing.
I thought you
I would
play
never.
Augusta.
No.
Yeah, you could
Just
go
to
to
the Masters. You can go.
Yeah,
Here's
you
the thing
can,
with
you can get in there.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing with great golf courses like that. I don't want to play them
Because
why do I want to go shoot 102 at Augusta?
You're
Just being there is
right,
enough for
but
me.
you're playing where history happens.
Yeah, but
But
Chris,
that's not
you
for me.
You wouldn't necessarily shoot 102.
But let's just say,
We're not asking you to play from the back, from the black.
no,
tees.
you got to play from the front. You know what I'm saying, homeboy?
Mhm, I do.
You can't be playing from the tips. Then you're going to end up like the woman at the strip club.
No
Yes.
tips.
No
No
tips.
tips and in trouble.
Exactly right. All right, we're going to do a little What's Up, Fool?
What's up, fool?
Bergman's got stuff. Brian's got stuff. I would imagine producer Tyler has stuff. Do you have anything for What's Up, Fool?
I don't know the format that I would have to put it in.
Oh, just
Well, you can hang around if you want.
A random question.
it's just like Factor Cap.
Come on, don't
It's
tell the secret.
Yeah, it's just like Radio Tinder.
What's up, fool?
I don't swipe, or do I do swipe?
You don't swipe
you just
and you
ask
don't
the
factor
question.
cap it. You just answer.
But
the
you
question.
always swipe right on Tequila Mandala.
Yes, you do.
Part of my
Always.
birthday celebration. I've got a beautiful bottle of the extra añejo for
Very
today.
nice. All right, so we'll do What's Up, Fool coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Marani. So, what we've been told to do if we get into an accident, right away call your insurance, right? But imagine when you call the insurance company and you say, yeah, I feel okay. Then a few days later, you start feeling pain. Unfortunately, the insurance company recorded your call and your statement saying you felt okay. So by doing that, you probably cost yourself thousands upon thousands of dollars in compensation. Instead of trying to handle an accident by yourself, next time you're in an accident, immediately call my friend Jacob Emrani. Nobody plans on being in an accident, but when it happens, you got to call Jacob. Jacob will talk to the insurance company on your behalf. It won't be screwed up. You won't innocently say the wrong thing and damage your case. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com, and make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram and Facebook at call.jacob. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
You won't be a lonely boy based on the topic we were just talking about.
Oh, God.
Quarter in front of 3 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland.
Mace, who's this?
From the movie Boogie Nights.
It's
AG.
Andy Garcia.
Very close.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not really.
Andrew.
Geronimo.
Not Silver.
Geronimo. Garopolis.
Not Silver.
Not Silver, but Gold.
Andrew Gold.
Andrew Gold, yeah. I was going to say that, too.
Yeah.
Morales, you are full in on the birthday. I love that.
Well, no, Stephanie Alexander, our great unsung hero of the year at the Mandy's. Here comes the hook, though, Brian. Proud of it.
Yeah, you got to get to a hook faster.
She dressed up the office and everything.
Chris, for my money, Boogie Nights soundtrack, one of the most underrated soundtracks in movie history.
100%.
It is excellent.
And part of the little survey that they send out on your birthday, you have to answer these questions. I don't know if you saw
I saw
mine.
that. Yeah, I did see it.
There were a lot. I think one of the questions was, what's your favorite movie? based on the amount of quotations we do at this radio station, you got to say Boogie Nights.
Yeah, Boogie Nights is your jam. It's a great movie. It's an unbelievable movie.
I want to watch it with Cappy one day.
First song, Mace, in the Boogie Nights soundtrack.
I know, it's that big,
it opens.
long pull-in shot. You go all the way into the theater.
And what is it?
Greatest use of a song at the beginning of a movie.
Don't know.
Best of My Love.
Best of My Love.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
That movie was set. Of my love.
The movie was set like 76, 77, something like that.
In the Valley.
Yeah, in the Valley.
God bless Roller Girl.
Porn business, Roller Girl.
My boy, Don Cheadle's in that movie.
Yeah, that's right.
As Buck.
Unbelievable cast.
I mean, man, that's Roller Girl. You can't do that like that.
I did yoga almost every day with Roller Girl for a while.
What's she doing now?
Heather Graham, I have no idea. But we did yoga. We were in the same yoga studio almost every day in the same classes. She has a fine practice, by the way. A very fine practice.
She's a yoga. She has her own yoga practice.
Big yoga.
Oh wow,
big
really?
yoga.
Are there videos online that I can do?
I'm sure there are.
Because I do online yoga.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You do it online?
Yeah.
So you do it so people can watch you?
No, I don't like watchers unless they pay.
Oh, got it.
Meanwhile, speaking of, I don't even know how to segue, but it's time for What's Up, Fool. Hit the drop.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's Mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks,
fellow
Morales.
Virgo, Corporate Greg.
Virgo
in the house.
We run
Whatever
the world.
that means.
All right, so
we run the world.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel,
We're
baby.
bigger than U.S. Steel. All right. All right, so there's some Damian Lillard news because there's always Damian Lillard news.
Right.
Apparently, there's a mystery team in on Lillard, and it's the Toronto Raptors. And there was some talk about him joining the Warriors, and Damian Lillard said, "I would rather lose every year than join the Warriors." Is there any chance, Ireland, that he ends up anywhere else than the Heat with only about a month left before the regular season?
Yes. Portland is under no obligation to trade him to the Heat. That's what he wants. And that's what they're trying to do. But if I'm the Trailblazers, I'm only interested in one thing. What gets me the best return for this asset? And so I'm under no obligation. I've paid Damian Lillard plenty of money, and I love Dame.
Yep.
By the way, Dame's birthday is the same as mine.
Oh, okay.
July 15th. But I wouldn't know. If I'm Portland, I would not necessarily say Miami or bust. I'm looking at the whole league.
Best deal. What is the best deal I can get? It would be irresponsible to just take whatever Miami's offer is. And I do think Dame put Portland in a corner by saying, I'm calling my shot, I'm going to Miami. Because it took away all the leverage from the rest of the league. I have a feeling he's going to wind up somewhere other than Miami at some point this season.
Yeah, I could see him going to the Knicks.
Yeah,
maybe even the
there are
Nets.
definitely spots for him.
Yeah.
Would you trade for him if you're in some other team to then trade him to Miami?
Sure. If you had that, I mean, if you're a GM, Greg, your whole ball game is what makes my team better. You don't necessarily care about giving players their wishes. You're only interested in what makes you good.
So the idea would be somebody trades for Dame and then immediately flips him to Miami for whatever.
Like OKC, they don't need him. Obviously, they have Shea, but they trade a bunch of draft picks for him. They get him, then they trade him to Miami and get like
more
Hero
draft picks or
Jaime
some,
Jaquez and a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, if I liked Tyler Hero and Jaime Jaquez and Nikola Jovic, I would try and backdoor Dame and then reroute him to Miami to get those three guys.
That's a good idea.
Oh, I should be a GM.
You should be.
There you go.
Yeah.
You'd be better than some of them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Better than a lot.
All right. So sorry, Brian. You want to go? Brian, you go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
DraftKings is refunding all bets as bonus money for Nick Chubb and Jamal Williams if they were the losing part of a prop bet last night, and they did the same thing last week with Aaron Rodgers' injury. Are they setting a dangerous precedent here with refunding injured players' bets?
I'm glad you brought this up. I think this is a stroke of genius by DraftKings. DraftKings wants your long-term money.
Yep.
I'll tell you a story. One time, Mason and I were doing ads for an online casino, and they came to us and said, "We'll pay you in cash. We'll pay you, or we'll pay you double." And put it in an account.
Right.
And I took the account. I said, just cash it out.
Yep.
I ended up gambling away all that money. And so if DraftKings wants their customers to be happy, I think they look for opportunities, Brian, to refund money because They say, if we take care of these guys here, they'll just turn around and bet it on somebody else.
Look, it's a loyalty program. I mean,
It's
ultimately,
that's it.
You're creating brand loyalty, which is critical. In fact, everybody's got an app now, and they give you better deals, whether it's McDonald's or Wendy's or any of those. The thing with DraftKings is there is a competitor that you could easily switch to if you felt like you were screwed over. So what they're doing is they're buying loyalty, and that's really, really valuable in a business where you've got a primary contender like FanDuel.
I think they're being really smart.
Yeah, very smart.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so speaking of brand loyalty, Angel star Mike Trout says he's going to try and return to the team before the end of the season.
Okay.
He's been riddled with injury all year. The team has officially been eliminated from postseason contention. Do you guys think Trout is just trying to come back to prove to potential trade suitors that he can still ball? Why else would he want to come back?
Maybe. He may just want to come back. It might be as simple as he's one of the highest paid players in all of baseball, and he didn't really earn his money this year because he missed so many games.
Yeah.
So maybe he feels obligated to give the Angels something for their return. But if Ohtani leaves, and by the way, Ohtani had surgery today. He had it this morning. Neil Elatraj, the same guy that did Kobe's surgery, says that he'll be able to hit next year and pitch the year after that.
Okay. So he will hit next year.
Right. So, Mace, if it's me and I'm Mike Trout,
yep,
I want to keep his. If I can play, I'll play just because maybe they'll trade me.
Right.
Maybe I can get out from under the Angels. And
Yep.
right now, he looks like a distressed asset. But if he goes, comes back and plays 10 games,
sure,
and, hits 400 for those 10 games, everybody go, okay, Mike Trout's back to me and Mike Trout, let's go get him.
Right.
That's,
Yeah.
to me, it's
I mean,
that simple.
I think in the end, what remains of this season is not necessarily important. I mean, it'd be nice if he comes back, and fans that have tickets for the last couple of weeks of the season, I'm sure will be welcome to see Mike Trout. But I do think this is probably it for Mike Trout in Anaheim. I think that they finally hit a breaking point. When you have the two best players in the game and you can't make the playoffs, then the organization is just awful. And Seattle right on the fringes of the playoffs, and Ohtani, next year and the year after in the rotation would probably put them over the top. So they've got a lot of work to do. And by the way, isn't it interesting that Jerry Dipoto was the general manager of the Angels? They blew him out and he didn't have enough time. Goes to Seattle, builds a playoff team. They don't stick with guys long enough for them to successfully put together a minor league plan and major league plan and all that stuff. They sold too early on Jerry Dipoto. Perry Minasian, they better give him some time. He's a really bright baseball guy. Give him some time and let him try to organize things. And I do trust Perry Minasian, not Artie Moreno, but I do trust Perry Minasian to make a trade that is will benefit the Angels involving Mike Trout.
What's up, Foo?
All right, sticking with the little baseball, MLB announced that they're going to introduce a Team Silver Slugger award, one for the AL, one for NL, and it's going to be voted on fan votes and a combination of analytics. You guys in favor of this, and who do you think's taking away the award year one?
I can't even tell you who wins the individual Silver Slugger awards. I don't even know what the criteria is to win a Silver Slugger award. So the Team Silver Slugger award to me is just a waste of time. I don't know who won. Did Freddie Freeman win one last year? I mean, I don't know.
He probably did. He had the most hits.
It's Atlanta. I mean, it's kind of an easy answer.
Position.
They lead baseball in home runs. They lead baseball in runs scored. I mean, if you're talking about Silver Slugger, don't those two categories really carry the day?
This is absolutely ridiculous. They should not do this whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't get
this is a dumb
what it's
award.
adding.
Well, it's not adding anything. It's a stupid award. It's like when the NBA in the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals when they give MVPs,
Of
they
the
want to name
conference finals, yeah.
just for something, just to give another trophy away. We don't need those. We don't need this Team Silver Slugger.
I say more
Team
awards,
Cy Young,
more trophies, more.
Please
Give
it
me a chance to
devalues
win
the
one.
other trophies. I know. I hate it.
Yeah.
I absolutely. You already get a Silver Slugger for every position already.
Yeah.
Why do you want to get more?
I don't think it necessarily means a lot, but I do think Atlanta will win it.
Yeah, I saw Evan Longoria commented on the MLB post on Instagram saying, "Oh, can I use this in future contract negotiations?"
Oh, right,
You know?
as part of a Team Slugger award.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
Why not?
Yeah.
Use anything you can
use
get.
what you can.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so Blink-182 just announced that their new album is going to be coming out in October. It's going to be called One More Time, and it got me thinking about my childhood and how You used to not be able to get things digitally, and the only way to acquire something was to wait in a line at a store.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you guys is, do you remember a time when you waited, let's say, for a midnight release at a store for something? For me, it was always video games. Like, I was always in line for video games when I was
Mace
younger.
goes to opening nights of movies where you
I
have
do.
to wait in a line. I never do. I just wait for the movie. I wait a week.
I waited a long time for an iPhone, the very first iPhone 1.
I've stood in line for a couple iPhones.
I stood in line for the iPhone, and it was worth it. Now, I will say, I don't know what iPhone 15 does for me compared to iPhone 14. Like, do I need the 15? Is 15
I don't know,
gonna blow me
Tyler.
away?
What do you have now?
Didn't you send us a thing saying
did.
that you would get the 14?
Yes.
As just, the 14 and the 15 are basically the same phone.
Well, the only real difference between the 14 and the 15 is that they're changing the port from Lightning to USB-C, so it's much more universally accepted.
They don't have their own plug anymore. You
right,
can now
they are
plug
getting
in.
rid of the Lightning because there was a stipulation in Europe where they basically said, unless you change it, we are not selling your product here anymore. So their hands were kind of forced to change it to USB-C. Other than that, you can get the 14 for cheaper now because the new phone's coming out. I have the 14. I love it. It's a great phone.
Okay, yeah.
What
the
version
14
do you
is good.
have?
I mean, I'm the 14. I will get the 15. I'm part of that.
What this is 10.
What? 10. You know, do you not have the lease program where every year you get the new phone automatically?
Nope.
Yeah,
Don't
see,
do it.
I get the new phone automatically every year. I think in December or
I keep
January
my
or
phone
something.
until it dies, and then I get whatever the
Yeah.
new the one is when it dies.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have any trade-in value at that point.
Yeah,
Don't
but
you want to take advantage of the trade-in value?
No, Lisa does. My wife's getting the new one next week.
Yeah.
Brian, you ever stay in line for
I
something
just need
overnight?
a phone that works.
Oh, yeah, video games back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, the old Black Friday when they
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Black Friday.
Well, you guys
yeah.
know this about me. I won't stand in line for anything unless my son's with me. If
Right.
he's with me and he really wants to do something, I'll stand in line with him. But if I go to Starbucks and there's more than 5 people in the line, I'm out.
So what has been something that your sons wanted that you've stood in line for?
Disneyland mostly.
Oh, sure, Disneyland.
Every ride has like a really long line.
Yeah.
Or
I
if
call
we
it
go to
Disneyland.
we go to a lot of car shows,
Mm-hmm.
so he'll want to wait in line to get into the car show and stuff like that. But I'm anti-line. I won't wait in line for anything.
Okay.
To me, it's not even worth. Like if I go to a restaurant and there's a line out the door, like I don't have a reservation, I just go to whatever restaurant's next door.
Do you
Yeah.
just go to the next restaurant down the line?
Yeah. Why not? I don't want to wait for an hour to eat.
Yeah, no, I don't. You try to make reservations, and that's the way things go. I don't. I mean, I wait in line at Starbucks, although I order ahead at Starbucks. And by the way, there's a
when
good
you go
example.
to Ram Games, you probably have to wait in line for food because they don't have enough food places. So, would you eat at Ram Games or no?
Yeah, I do, but I'm in the the section with.
Oh, you're in the private section?
Yeah, I'm in the section with all the food. By the way, brand loyalty. The Starbucks app has made me a Starbucks customer forever.
It is great.
I buy stuff, I order ahead. It automatically adds money from my credit card when I get too low, all that kind of stuff. But that Starbucks app is a lot of brand loyalty there.
What's up, fool?
I got one quick one here for you. It's talking about Starbucks. I saw yesterday that they are planning by 2030 to get rid of all disposable cups. So would you still go to Starbucks if you had to physically bring your own mug every single time? Or you just drink a coffee at home now?
I have to bring my own cup
By
to
2030,
Starbucks?
they want to get rid of all disposable
Oh, no.
cups.
No. Hello, Coffee Bean.
Right.
Seriously.
I think that's a huge mistake.
I want to go somewhere where I get the cup for free. Why are
Yeah,
they
it's
getting
like
rid of
it's like
cups?
when you go to these supermarkets and they're going, "Do you want a bag?" Yeah, I want a bag. I just bought 16 things.
This has been a gradual push by Starbucks for a long time, though. They've been promoting the spend $1 and you get the cup that you can bring back and we'll refill it for you. So it was only a matter of time.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, time's up.
Yeah, I'm with Mace. I'm going to Coffee Bean.
All right, coming up next, I have got the most irresistible trade for producer Tyler.
Okay.
In fantasy football. We're
Okay.
going to do. I think it's a
Now-
really good trade.
Now,
Is it with your team?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that. Plus, Lincoln Riley doesn't do a weekly radio show, but Nick Saban does. And he takes calls, and we've got an example of that coming
So
up.
he couldn't work for Bergman.
Correct.
Because he
correct.
likes
Wouldn't
to
work.
take calls.
Exactly. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
There's an action stance here.
You gotta get yep. She's right here, and you got to get the hips going.
Yep.
And then when it drops, we don't have the actual version where it drops, and that's when I really
He's got
Taylor's efforting it. And then maybe you
got
get
it.
the leg up.
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know what you're clapping at.
Right. What are we clapping?
Himself.
Absolutely.
Himself.
Normally
What a
the clapping
time.
happens in private. You know
What
what
a
I'm saying?
time for our social media team to not be here.
I know.
'Cause that would be-
we're getting more of
Let me tell
that.
you something. I've seen Usher do some stuff.
Oh, is
I've
this the
seen
real
Chris
version?
Morales do some stuff.
I had no business in the studio. I was walking by, just minding my business, going to do something else, and I saw that, and I had to walk in.
Hold on. Wait for the leg up.
Wait, hold on. Now we get the leg up.
Yep. Looks good to me.
Well,
I mean,
makes one of us.
How are there not 3-4 women
There
coming
were.
through the hallway and saying, "Hey, if the
San
man's
Diego-
got
How
this
long have
much
you?
rhythm."
How long have you worked here?
The MLS Cup hero, Maxime Crépeau, is back for the black and gold.
What a sight that is. Maxime Crépeau back in the starting 11 for LAFC.
A triumphant return for Crépeau and the black and gold over the Galaxy.
It's got to be emotional here for you. 10 months. Yeah. 10 months. But the most positive things was the win, the 3 points.
Crépeau and the black and gold hit St. Louis City tomorrow night in a battle of the top two teams in the West. LAFC versus St. Louis City. Pre-game starts at 5 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
Named Tiger.
Little dude named Tiger.
3 o'clock in the Southland on a live imaging Tuesday.
Leave people wondering what that was.
Mason and Ireland on a live imaging Tuesday. Of course,
This is The Emotions.
Yes, 1978 opened up the movie Boogie Nights.
Yes.
Maybe it was 77.
With Louis Guzman.
Yeah.
This was his scene.
Luis Guzman.
It's a Q. It's supposed to be an R.
PTA said he was stoned for the entire length of the shoot.
Luis Guzman?
Yeah.
Former guest on the Culture Pop podcast.
There you go. Your kind of guy.
Great guy. Yeah, no, for sure. Emotions, I remember this record when it came out. It was about the same time. I think it was the #1 record for what year?
77 or 78.
And I think Telephone Line by ELO was the #2 record from that
beautiful.
year.
I love that song,
Yeah,
too.
that's a great
And see,
song.
back in the top 40 days, you played all that on the same radio station.
Correct. Back in the day,
right,
you could play all the hits.
You could play England Dan, John Ford Coley into this.
I remember playing Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers' Islands in the Stream into Van Halen Jump.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
All top 40.
To me, it was top 40. That was a great thing about top 40.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. So I've got a fantasy football trade.
All right, now
propose to
Tyler's
Tyler.
tough to. I like I said last night, the Gordons were offering Tyler multiple deals. I would have done all of them. Tyler held off.
Yep.
He said he's a tough guy to get to make a deal. So see if you can get him to do it.
Ready, Tyler?
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Tyler, by the way.
Yeah.
I am
And
going
good
to
afternoon to
deal.
you.
I am willing to deal you Raheem Mostert for Jamar Chase.
Oh, come on, man.
So what was this segment supposed to be?
It was offering
Was it supposed to be a good trade offer?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Didn't
that
you
wasn't
think that was a good
offer.
trade?
No.
I love Raheem Mostert. Jamar. I think Tyler should trade Jamar Chase, but I think he can get more than that.
Okay.
I don't think we need to be throwing red flags at Jamar Chase.
How
just yet.
about Raheem Mostert and Garrett Wilson combined for Jamar Chase?
I would do that.
I would do that too.
Raheem Mostert and Garrett Wilson
I mean,
combined.
Zach Wilson's throwing to Garrett Wilson.
Right.
For now, it's only a matter of time
Who's
before it's
throwing to
somebody
Jamar
else.
Chase?
Joe Burrow.
Really?
He'll
Is
get
he?
better. He's going to get better.
Is he?
Soon.
He's
Sometime.
sitting on the bench with a Theragun, and he might not
By the
even
way,
play Monday.
I think this is a really good deal.
I do too.
Actually, for both sides, I
Garrett
think it's a really good
Wilson,
deal.
wide receiver for the New York Jets, and Raheem Mostert, RB1 for Miami.
Yep.
For Jamar Chase.
Yes.
It's actually not bad.
Let me think about it.
Okay. I actually like that deal.
I think that's
Can you
a pretty
get more?
good deal.
Is there anything, will you add anything else?
I don't hate that trade. We'll talk.
Yeah, oh, nice. So
Well,
he doesn't
that's
hate
for
it.
yeah. You were not rejected out of hand.
All right, so Nick Saban, we wish Lincoln Riley would do a radio show here on 710 ESPN. We hope someday
We were close to it. We were within about a month, and then some stuff happened.
Yeah, no, that's right.
That is not accurate.
So
no, it was accurate. Actually.
Hey, Mike Bone. Never thought we'd hear him again.
So, but Nick Saban does do a radio show where he takes calls. And he's got a regular caller who's a detractor.
Well, it's a guy named Pee Wee, and he calls this station all the time. Pee Wee to Nick Saban is equal to Chris Morales to Dave Roberts.
Oh,
just
got it.
very, very critical of Nick Saban.
Too bad Dave Roberts isn't Nick Saban.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
However that would go.
Again,
So
turning things around on
to
Dave
set
Roberts.
this up, Saban was in studio doing his regular weekly segment, and Pee Wee called in.
Coach, how are you, sir?
Well, Pee Wee, I've been wanting to talk to you all week, man. I mean, we got to firm up the pocket. We're setting too soft. We're getting pushed back in the middle. All right, everybody thinks we can't hold up against the blitz, but they're sacking us with 4-man rush, 1 3-man rush. Only 1 sack came off of a pressure, so I wanted to ask you what the hell's going on.
I believe you covered it all right there, Coach.
So he turned
that's
it
all,
around on him.
That's all the stuff that Pee Wee calls in during the week and points out about Saban. They're not picking up the blitz. They're not getting any pressure.
Right,
so
right.
Saban just, you can tell he's listening. Like, I get the feeling certain people around town listen a lot more than they would admit.
Of course.
You mean to our show?
In LA, yeah.
There was
to
in
all
this
the
radio
sports
station.
radio shows.
This radio station's a blowtorch. You say something on here, people hear you.
Yeah.
It's not like the Witness Protection Network.
Right. Exactly. So you think like there are big people listening?
Yeah, like
You think there are famous people listening?
We
Well,
know there's
no,
famous people listening.
I think when Sean McVay's driving around in his car, there's a chance he's listening to us.
You think so?
Yeah.
I
Why
think-
would you not think?
really.
Why
Rob
would you?
Pelinka has told me that he listens to us.
Why would you not think so?
I always think that if you're an athlete or a lot of people don't follow.
But did you?
They don't want to hear the criticism and all that.
But there's
stuff.
also
like
an
Dave Roberts turned this station off weeks
Yeah,
ago.
you lost
because
us,
of
Dave
you.
Roberts,
we don't know.
a year
You
ago.
lost
We don't know if
us,
that's
Dave
true.
Roberts.
We don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
Them not permitting him to come on the radio station because of their partnership doesn't mean that he doesn't listen.
We had Dave Roberts on at the beginning of this year, didn't we?
Right,
No.
but that's before Morales went on his friggin' tirade.
Oh,
Did you guys have Dave Roberts at the beginning of the season?
I think so.
we did.
I would have made a promo about that, calling him gutless.
Yeah. See, that's inappropriate.
How's that inappropriate? We all have opinions.
The what did you call him last week when we were at the golf?
Nah,
tournament?
don't even repeat it.
That
Don't
was a
even
slip of the
repeat it. I
tongue.
think that was just bad.
That was it. Well, I mean, you just.
I didn't mean it.
But that
Yeah.
was your true feelings coming out.
No. Everybody knows that was a slip of the tongue.
Am I reading that right? Hang on. Oh, here's a little Dave Roberts moment. Am I reading that right?
Well, you're not.
You're not. You're not.
Oh, it was such great radio. If we could just repeat it all the time with Dave Roberts. Maybe we should replay Vassay every night telling us about what a great team it is.
No, not really.
Should we do that too?
No, not really.
I know he's a nice guy. He went down the slide. I know. We all got the joke.
Oh, I like Dave.
Didn't he break his arm when he went down the slide?
Yeah, he did get
Don't
injured.
care.
I think he did.
Oh, he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. My point is, oh no, we don't have Dave Roberts on once a season.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
I
no,
said
what are
I'd
we gonna
like to
do?
have Dave Roberts
Guess what?
on.
Because people want to hear you guys.
Guess what? I want to talk to Dave Roberts. I'm interested, and
Then
so I
call
assume
him and say
everybody
hi.
else is. No,
You're such friends with him. You defend him so much.
I'm
Can't
not
you
friends.
pick up the phone
I don't
like
have
Cappy?
any relationship with Dave Roberts.
Then who
None,
cares?
except he's the manager of my favorite baseball team.
He's a bad manager.
Oh God!
All right, game 2 of the lineup's out, by the way, for
Oh,
game
okay.
2 tonight. Everybody playing again.
Of course.
Mookie, Freeman, Will Smith, Muncy, J.D. Martinez, Peralta, Hayward. Hayward's been great.
He's been great.
Outman, Rojas. This would be the starting lineup if tonight was a playoff game.
Do you know how
Probably
many
would be.
people would kill to get to talk to corporate Greg every day? Honestly.
No, I can't imagine.
Zero?
I don't
No.
know. I probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Name
know that
one.
anybody.
I could name one, but she wants to be silent in this book.
Yeah.
You need to keep your mouth shut.
I didn't say a word.
Oh yeah, no, don't say it. No,
I didn't say anything.
no, it's private. It's private.
My point is, you get to talk to corporate Greg every day. People would kill to hang out with corporate Greg.
You think so?
Yeah.
Greg, would people kill to hang
Yes,
out with you?
very much so.
I like hanging out with Corporate Greg.
I
He's
killed
a
the
good
guy before me to get here.
That's how we got here.
I just gave him a
Easy,
bottle of
easy,
champagne
easy,
today
easy.
for his 40th birthday 3 weeks late.
Thank you.
I remember birthdays from 3 weeks ago. That's the truth.
Do you know how many people would kill to hang out with producer Laura and producer Jorge?
I love producer
And you can
Laura
hang out with them Monday at Hollywood Park Casino for a little Monday Night Football watch party.
Nice.
Why'd you make that face?
Wait a minute.
What face?
Wait, for the Ram game Monday night?
Yeah.
They're going to be there?
At Hollywood Park Casino.
Yeah, I
At
love
Hollywood
it.
Park
That's
Casino,
great.
eat, drink, play.
What?
What?
That
Now
you didn't
you're-
even do that right.
I missed it.
He's throwing gift wrap at Mason.
Seriously, and he got gifts, and he's pissed off.
Right, Nick? Nobody else got gifts. You
You don't give Corporate Greg gifts?
No, I give him nothing.
Yeah, no,
I
nothing.
I give Greg
nothing.
gifts. I give Greg gifts at Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh,
Christmas.
Which is unusual because Greg's Jewish, but I still give him a big Christmas bonus.
By the way,
every
this
year.
morning you guys missed the great Mark Cates, our marketing consultant.
Oh, yes.
He
I
brought
had
in
some of his bread. It
the
was
challah.
good. Yeah, it was
You
good.
gotta say
I'd never
challah.
heard of it.
And
but
then
it
you say
was
L'chaim.
good.
You know, Momo makes a good challah.
Does she?
She brought her challah in a couple of weeks ago.
Momo featured for a 1 hour long session with Zach Lowe on his podcast.
Oh,
this
is
week.
that right?
Yes, a lot of key information.
The Low Post.
The Low Post, guest starring Momo.
I like that.
I just
that.
I just listened to it.
Excellent. All right, I'll tell you what. Coming up next, I actually want to talk about Mike Trout.
Okay.
I want to talk about Mike Trout, his actual value, what the Angels can get for should they trade. All those questions coming up next. Plus, a guy I thought was done in the business is coming back in a huge way. We got
Really?
that coming up too.
Hacksaw.
Mason, no.
You tell me, Cardiff by the Sea.
Unfortunately, not coming back.
We did. Sorry, but this was funny.
Yeah.
Sliwa told a story earlier about Hartman complaining about doing a. Did you hear that?
No.
About doing a remote in a parking lot, like on a game day, and how hot it was. And he said, "I will never do these again." Well, it turned out he was right.
Oh,
that's just mean.
My arch enemy, Steve Hartman. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The MLS Cup hero. The MLS Cup hero, Maxime Crépeau, is back for the black and gold.
What a sight that is. Maxime Crépeau back in the starting 11 for LAFC.
A triumphant return for Crépeau and the black and gold over the Galaxy.
It's got to be emotional here for you. 10 months. Yeah. 10 months. 10 months. But the most positive things was the win, the 3 points.
Crépeau and the black and gold hit St. Louis City tomorrow night in a battle of the top 2 teams in the West. LAFC versus St. Louis City. Pregame starts at 5 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN. Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score.
I don't know your game plan at all.
Mace, this is an easy one. Who says? They also sing Still the One, if that helps you.
Come on.
Oh, wait. Still the One is Orleans.
Boom!
Yeah.
That a boy!
I got it from Still the One, which was the ABC theme song, like back in the late 70s. Still the One was a big one.
3:15 on a live Imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland. Don't forget, we got a new morning show, Jack.
Yes.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan, Canty, and Michelle. That's Chris Canty,
yes,
the Super Bowl champion, Michelle Smallman, and Evan Cohen. Each weekday morning here, 6 to 10 a.m.
We just had him on the show
a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago. We're going to get him back.
I just got an award. He cut a special liner for us to play for the birthday, so hopefully we'll come back with that.
Oh, nice. Okay, good.
You know, Evan's a friend of the family.
Yes, he is.
He's part of the Homish Booker.
Yes, yes. So,
we got breaking news. Let's go, Jack.
What do we got? What
Steve
is it?
Mason.
Yes.
Your trade proposal. Garrett Wilson, Raheem Mostert for Jamar Chase. I accept.
It is a final.
Okay, this actually makes Tyler's team better.
Yes,
I have to now.
I agree.
I have to now think if I'm going to bet against Tyler again this week because I like this trade.
Okay, so
don't forget. Also, keep in mind because my team was the worst last week.
Yeah, you're getting that Cleveland
number one
guy.
waiver claim. I will be putting in my claim for Jerome Ford.
Yeah. No, I'll
by
tell
the way,
you.
with that, Cleveland brought in Kareem Hunt today.
Oh, okay. They brought him
Shocking.
back.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Well, they need a backup.
So,
okay, but I mean, it's fine.
So do you want to know
if you
get two of them?
If you have problems with women, you are welcome in the backfield of the Cleveland Browns.
I mean, it is really remarkable. It's really remarkable.
And people have blindness, but they just
they don't think about
it. Yeah.
I mean, we all cheer for Tyreek Hill. Some of the things he's done.
Yeah.
It's really remarkable.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Wow, the Browns are despicable. Honestly.
So I want to ask Tyler, do you know why I made that deal?
I'm curious.
3 wide receivers on a bye week in week 6.
Yeah.
So I needed somebody. And I still think Jamar Chase is better than 2 points so far.
I'm 100% Jamar Chase is going to pick it up. There's a reason that he was the number 2
pick. I
pick.
gave you a little more than I originally anticipated. But I think it's a good deal.
I think it's
I
a good trade
love
for both
Mostert.
sides.
I think Mostert's going to play every
I've
game
liked
for
Mostert
you.
since he was in San Francisco.
And by the way, that's going to be the number 1 offense in the NFL this year, Miami.
Really?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
Yeah.
I think the Niners and the Cowboys look great.
Yeah, but that's because of their defenses. Think about look at Miami's offense in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
No. You're totally like Tariq Hill, Jalen Waddle, although Jalen Waddle's in concussion protocol. But yes, I agree their offense is really good.
And Tua is, by the way, right now, Tua odds-on favorite in Vegas to win the MVP. He passed.
Well, yeah, he's a professional faller now.
Yeah, he passed Mahomes.
Did he?
Yeah, so he's now the odds-on favorite to win the MVP.
Yeah, I was high
I also
on that
think
at
you
the
got to
start of
look
the year.
out for Dak because Cowboys might have the best record, and a lot of times they just give the MVP to the quarterback on the team with the best record.
Right.
So you got to keep an eye on
All
that.
right, let's talk a little bit about Mike Trout. So Mike Trout has been in this town for
his whole career.
10 years?
Yeah.
No, something like that?
Yeah.
And the Angels are now at a crossroads with Shohei Ohtani. I'm assuming when he didn't show up in the team picture and he cleaned out his locker.
And they
was the
replaced him
end
with a non-Asian guy in the picture.
I assume that was it. Now, Mike Trout, I think at this point, especially given the fact that he's starting to break down a little bit, he's not the same Mike Trout that he was a few years ago. The Angels would be smart to deal him and deal him now. Now, I think there's a market for Mike Trout still. Particularly Philly or the Mets. Those are the two. Philly, I think, is like the natural spot for him because he's from Millville, New Jersey, which is close to.
He grew up a Philly fan.
So that would be the obvious one. But would you be in the market for Mike Trout?
I think what you would have to give up for him now versus what you would have had to give up for him 2 years ago is night and day. I don't think the Angels are going to get the giant haul they think they're going to get for Mike Trout. He's been too injured the last 2 seasons. So, yeah, I think it's what you always say. Buy low.
Yeah.
I would take a flyer on Trout for sure.
You know what's interesting about Trout? Since 2016, when he led baseball, most runs, most walks, 441 on-base percentage, led the league in on-base percentage. He has played, listen to the number of games, 114, 140, 134, 53, 36, 119, and 82 this year.
By the way, the 53 year was the 60-game season, just to be.
Oh, okay, good. So that was
he only missed 7.
He only missed 7. Okay, got it. But that is legitimately a guy who is breaking down. He's at the age, next year will be his age 32 season. I don't know how much you can get for Mike Trout at this point.
I don't think you're going to get a ton, and I'm not so sure, Greg, I would give up a ton to get Mike Trout.
No, you shouldn't give up a ton.
Because you can't count on him being healthy.
He's not healthy anymore. He's breaking down, and he's worth a ton. His contract is huge, and it's another 7 years or something like that.
Do you think you could attach the Anthony Rendon
No,
contract?
that's 2 guys that doesn't play and have huge contracts.
No. What he's saying, though, is if you were willing to, you would take less if a team was willing to take both guys.
You got to give basically nothing. You're killing your team with that. If you do that, he has a fracture in.
Well, remember, no salary cap in baseball
this year. No, but you're also getting 2 guys that are injured all the time and have massive contracts. Why would you take both those contracts?
Because
if you're any team,
I'll give you an example.
Trout signed to 2030.
Right. But, Greg, here's the thing. Let's say you're the Mets.
Yeah.
Money is no object to the Mets.
It's not about the money even.
Right, but you keep
2 guys
saying,
that don't play.
But
don't play.
You keep saying massive contracts.
Well,
I think guys like Steve Cohen, who own the Mets, don't care about the massive contracts. And so if you could get Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon basically for nothing, all right, you're just assuming the contracts. Why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, and by the way, Mike Trout's contract is not – it's long, but the annual average value is $35 million, which by today's standards is not crazy.
No, by today's standards is not crazy, but that's $35 million for another 7 years.
Right, but again,
go look at Anthony Rendon's contract.
I think
he's played 5 games in 3 years. It's insane. I know that's exaggeration, but no, we're understanding you're bringing in 2 guys. You're trying to get the 2 names. You're just talking about names because they don't play. They don't play enough. You said the amount of games that Mike Trout has played over the last couple of years. In 2 of the last 3 years, he played less than 90 games.
By the way, nobody's taken the Rendon contract. I don't care who you attach to it.
Look,
he's owed 38, 38, 38, 38.
Yeah, come on. Nobody's taking that.
Boy, you guys,
and he's a crank.
You guys would be.
He doesn't talk to the media.
Yeah, you guys would be surprised.
No,
I've been around sports long enough to know
it's different in basketball.
There are contracts that you would think there is no friggin' way.
Well, but you'd have to move other contracts that are like this, and there's not that many like that.
Well, you could do a dance of the lemons.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying,
I
the dance
take
of
your
lemons.
problems, you take mine.
Right, but who has a problem?
Well, every team has a horrible
like
contract.
a Francisco Lindor type thing.
Yeah,
but
right.
He's been okay.
That's the kind of
thing.
deal.
Lindor for Trout might work.
Yeah, but Lindor plays.
Yeah, Lindor does play.
That's why it might work.
Yeah.
you know.
Why would the Mets do that? I know.
To get Trout.
I know because Trout's.
So you think there's no Trout market
no,
whatsoever?
I don't think there's not with Rendon attached to it.
Right.
There's no.
Yeah, I'm withdrawing the idea of you could have attached Rendon to Ohtani. And I think somebody might have
could have done that, until Ohtani got injured, and now you're not getting pitching until 2025.
Hey, what does Ohtani's free agency price look like now that he's only going to hit? How much does it drop?
He loses at least $100 million. I think it's probably now $500 million.
I don't think so.
You don't think it's $500 million?
I don't think he loses
he gets
a
6
dime.
or 7.
I don't think he loses a dime.
We were talking about $800 million at one point.
Well, I mean that was
$700 million. I think
that was probably a little outlandish, but it's still. I don't think he loses a dime. Whatever he was going to get, he's still going to get because you're going to make it up on the back end. You're going to make it up at the gate. You're going to make it in ticket sales, in jersey sales, in international everything. You get the entire Japanese market
right
immediately.
So you think they're going to go to, even though he doesn't pitch next year,
and he might not pitch for 2 years.
Yeah, might not pitch, and not everybody comes back from their second Tommy John.
Nope.
Ooh, what do we got?
Breaking news. This is interesting. USC has suspended a reporter from the beat for 2 weeks. They've suspended a reporter from the USC Trojan beat for 2 weeks. Now, who was...
Wait a minute. So, they're not going to credential him?
Yes, not going to credential him, not going to allow him to have access to the team or to Lincoln Riley. And I'll just read this tweet. It's from somebody named Brady McCullough.
No, Brady McCullough's a really good writer for the Times, but
there you go.
This writer that's being suspended writes for the Southern California News Group.
Right.
It's a guy named Luca Evans.
And Brady writes, USC has suspended a reporter from the beat for 2 weeks. Are you freaking kidding me? So this is the Lincoln Riley, Oklahoma media we were warned about. So is this his rep in Oklahoma? Was it they'd suspend media credentials?
So here's the issue. Lincoln Riley took issue with a story that Luca Evans published on Thursday. According to Katie Ryan, the director of football communications, in the story, Evans wrote about a conversation that two players had while preparing to talk with the media. USC contends that Evans violated its policy prohibiting reporting on anything outside of media availability in the practice facility. So he overheard two guys talking before media access, and he wrote about it. Do you understand USC's side of it now that you know that?
God. So he took something that was private and wrote about it, even though these guys were not on the record at the time.
Not media availability hadn't started. So, let's say
he overheard a conversation.
Right, and he wrote about it. Now, let me give you some more context. Okay. Earlier in the season, USC brought up concerns about Evans to his editors. Evans is on his first season on the USC beat. They included asking a question when a press conference had been concluded and talking to players and coaches in areas on campus that weren't designated as media availabilities.
So he's just roaming through campus?
Right.
Grabbing guys?
The Southern California News Group contends this is an overreaction, and they asked Jennifer Cohen and USC President Carol Folt to reconsider. This is a weird one because I understand both sides here.
Yeah, he kind of did violate the rules of being a reporter, didn't he?
In football parlance, his bosses say, in football parlance, USC is looking to kick him out of multiple games for a false start. They say it's just a small mistake.
So he's not even allowed. He's not even going to get credentialed for the games.
Correct. For 2 weeks.
That's too much.
So what makes this tricky is that we're talking about college kids. We're not talking about professional athletes. So if this guy was covering the Rams, and he followed Aaron Donald out to his car, and got Aaron Donald to talk to him and wrote about it. Aaron Donald's a professional.
He's a professional, so it
paid
doesn't matter.
athlete.
Yeah.
Kids, to me, are under a different standard. If USC says, here's when you can talk to our students, and this guy keeps going outside of it, and apparently he's done it now twice, I can see why they would be upset. But I think 2 weeks of a suspension is too much. I think you maybe give him one game or one practice and say, if you do it again, we're going to cut you off for good. But maybe they feel like they've done that since this is his second warning. What do you think?
I think, oh God,
it doesn't make Lincoln Riley look good.
It doesn't make him look good. You
want to hear what Jen Cohen wrote about it?
Yeah, let me hear. This is the athletic director, Jen Cohen.
As an institution, USC prides itself on treating the media as a respected partner. We understand the responsibility of reporters to fairly and objectively cover stories, news events, and their beats. As you know, our media policies exist to protect our students and promote a culture of trust that is critical to build a successful program. After careful consideration, USC supports the football program's decision regarding the 2-week suspension. We recognize this may be disappointing, but we hope you understand the need to enforce our media policies as we strive to create a positive and comfortable environment for our players and coaches. Obviously, the Southern California News Group disagrees.
Well, one of the things, and this is just adding context to it, the story where Brady McCullough.
Luke Evans.
Oh, Luke Evans.
Yeah.
It was a positive story. It was not a negative story. It was a positive story about the player that was written about with the information that he had gleaned from overhearing a conversation. So it's not like he used that for terrible means. He actually wrote a positive, glowing article.
Greg, what do you think?
He broke the rules of media. It was off record, and he played it, and he used it. Doesn't matter if it was positive or negative. It was off the record. Once it's off the record, it's off the record.
I have a tendency.
I'm with Luca. I'm with USC on that.
I have a tendency. Any media restriction to me raises a red flag. I think you're trying to hide something. And I think this makes Lincoln Riley look bad. But, Greg, I think I agree overall at the bottom line. If I was a judge, I agree with you. These are students. I don't think USC should have done this to a reporter. I think they made it into a bigger deal than it could have been if they didn't do anything.
They're sending a message, and I actually think it's a good message.
Right.
If someone tells you something off the record, it does not get printed.
But because they are students and because this guy got warned before this, I understand why they did it.
I don't. I think it makes them look weak, soft, and spineless.
It was off the record.
It wasn't off the record. It just wasn't. There was no record.
Well,
he
spoke to him outside of media access.
But that's not off the record.
But
That's
it
just
is
talking to them.
Okay, but play that out to the end. If, let's say you and I wanted to do we're newspaper writers, wanted to do a story on USC. We miss Caleb Williams at practice. So we go hang out outside the McKay Center and wait for Caleb to walk to class and get him then. I think it sets up a dangerous precedent. I think that you got to play by the rules here because they're kids. I would feel differently if these guys were pros. If this was the Rams or the Chargers, I would side with Luke Evans.
These guys are pros. They're all making money. Come on, they're professional athletes.
Some of them.
Who is this guy? How old was this guy that he was talking to?
He was 18-year-old freshman, wrote a glowing story about him. Glowing story about this kid.
18 years old.
Well, what about the fact that, I mean, if I'm USC, I don't think they played this out to the end. This story turns this into a bigger deal than if they would have done nothing.
Agreed.
Like if they would have gone to this guy, Luke Evans, privately and say, look,
we're going to pull your credential if you don't play by the
twice.
rules.
This is your last warning. Yep. Do not ever do this again or you leave us no choice.
Right.
And don't tell anybody about it. Then Mason and Ireland aren't talking about it.
Yeah.
And Brady McCullough's not writing about it in the LA Times.
Yep.
I think good reporters find different ways to get stories. Like Ramona would tell you if she was here that some of her best stories are from texting or from walking out to somebody's car after practice. But those are pros.
Right.
College kids,
These are pros.
Well, now we've entered into a different conversation.
Right. I mean, these guys are pros. I mean, this kid got paid to go to USC.
Did he?
He's a professional athlete.
Caleb did, but does this guy have an NIL deal?
I don't know. Star freshman running back, probably.
It says his suspension from the football facilities runs through September 28th.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That's just ridiculous.
So they're bringing him back for the Colorado game.
Yeah, but still, this is really soft. I think it's embarrassing for USC.
Could be.
I'm a Trojan fan. This is embarrassing for USC.
It's weird that I'm on the opposite side as a UCLA fan. I should be killing
well,
USC,
you could just
right.
By the way, if the same thing happened at UCLA, you would feel the same way.
Right. I was the same thing happened
Ramona
with the Angels and
thing.
Sam Blum. I mean, you try to
if you're outside,
pros.
If you're
Angels
outside,
are pros.
Yeah.
So are the Trojans, pros.
I mean, I agree with that. They're pros.
Professional athletes.
But Ramona would ask after.
It's not like he's torching the guy. He wrote a glowing piece.
Then maybe he didn't want it out. He was just talking to the guy. You create your relationships, and that's going to burn your relationship. And Ramona would always ask, is this okay if I run with this? Because she's a professional, she knows what she's doing. This Luka Evans guy obviously didn't ask. It was not for. It was obviously they did not want it for air.
Here's Jeff Pearlman's take. You know, Jeff, who wrote for Sports Illustrated, wrote the he goes, "I know Katie Ryan is just taking orders from yet another D1 football coach who thinks he's God, but this is absolute BS." Amateur hour from USC.
Thank you.
Beyond shameful. Would be nice to have media relations people stand up for the media.
Yep. I am completely with Jeff Pearlman. I mean, this is a terrible look for USC. This is like
I think it makes Lincoln Riley look petty.
Yeah, I completely agree. It makes the whole program look petty. It's like, don't you have something other to focus on other than this to focus on? I mean, honestly, if he'd written a terrible piece about the guy, I'd say, okay, that's one thing. He wrote a glowing piece about the guy. It doesn't warrant being suspended for 2 weeks, and it's just silly.
Here's something else that supports your position.
Yep.
A tweet from somebody named Gail Seidman.
Yep.
I don't know who that is. Instead of suspending a member of the media for reporting what he heard, coach your athletes that the proverbial mic is always hot. Being a Division I sport athlete requires being conscious of what you do and say at all times.
There you go.
So there's the other side of it.
Yeah. I just think this makes USC look terrible. All right. Coming back next, let's do I was trying to think what I say. Oh, yeah. Patrick Mahomes and an owl. What do they have in common? Have you seen this?
No.
I will describe it next. Hey, with next-level tech and safety features, Hyundai cars and SUVs give you the confidence to boldly journey wherever life takes you. Advantages include our available class-exclusive digital key and available remote smart parking assist. And because we want the road ahead to be as worry-free as possible, you also get complimentary maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles and 10 years of America's best warranty. It's your journey. Own every mile in a brand-new Hyundai. Learn more about our award-winning lineup and our warranty at buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
wanted to play that the Evan line. I think we ejected that.
Did we?
I think we ejected it.
Oh, no.
That's okay on Thunder Island. It's LINECO1 if we can find it real quick. Because I think Mace will get a laugh on that.
LIEC301. LIVCO31.
None of that was
If you just look at what was just loaded, it's in there. Anyway, it's Thunder Island, Jay Ferguson time.
Yeah, it is.
On a Yacht Rock Live Imaging Tuesday
God.
birthday edition.
Yeah.
Hey, this is
40th birthday.
This is one of my
Chris
Mount
Morales.
Rushmore songs. On Thunder Island.
I think
Did you not find Evan?
Jay Ferguson, a one-hit wonder, right?
Yeah, I would say
I
so.
think this is it for
People
him.
were giving me crap that Paul Davis. I didn't mean one-hit wonder as much as I meant like amazing Yacht Rock songs, not tied to like
What
a big artist.
besides Let's Go Crazy, what did Paul Davis have?
I think Let's Go Crazy. And then
that
apparently
Which, by the
Poco
way-
had another song or something.
all right.
Sorry.
There you go.
I missed the second Poco.
It's Evan Cohen, and it's a live imaging Tuesday. And wait, Morales is only 40? When I met him 20 years ago, he looked 50 then. How is he 40 now? Can you rewind in age? Although it doesn't look like Chris is actually rewound in age. He just looks old. It's a birthday edition of Lit. Live Imaging Tuesday. Since the guy has 2 pictures of me hanging in his office, I guess I have to say happy birthday. Be sure to start your day with Unsportsmanlike tomorrow, 6 to 10 a.m. Live Imaging Tuesday rolls on 710
There you
ESPN.
go.
All right, so
Oh,
did
there
you
they
notice
go.
how Evan dropped in? He goes, "Oh, he has 2 pictures of me, so I guess I got." And then what's it? Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike.
And he rolled it right into a promo for
Yep.
his show. Good for him.
So that is true. He makes a really interesting point. If you've ever met Chris Morales or you've seen pictures or Instagram or whatever of Chris Morales,
I'm touchable if you ever meet me.
you would guess that he is somewhere between the ages of 35 and 50. It really could be
Unfortunately,
any
I
age.
think I'm past the 35 mark now. Like
Yeah,
even-
you're right. It's
I
kind
think
of
it's like 40 to 60.
40 to 55.
Chris, 40 is the new 20.
I hope so.
Yeah. But you are timeless. You're ageless.
I don't know if I'm timeless.
Well, maybe not timeless. You're right. But ageless.
Yeah.
It's tough to peg a number.
Well,
on you.
I have the energy of a young fellow.
Like
I have a boyish charm.
If I was the guy on the Carnival Midway and we were playing Guess My Age, they probably don't do that anymore, do they?
I don't think so.
Like Guess Your Weight, Guess Your all
Easy
that
now,
kind of stuff.
easy.
I'm not doing that one. But Guess Your Age, I would have a very hard time pinning down your age. Now that I know if I didn't know you were 40 already.
So over the summer, you know, I met a lady friend at a bar. Summer. And I didn't know at the time, but she ended up being 62 years old.
Ooh.
Did not appear to be of that age, which was fine. It doesn't matter. Had a good time.
Where have you gone?
She didn't. She
Joe
was surprised.
DiMaggio?
She was surprised to hear that I was 39.
Yeah, was she?
She thought I was playing more in like. Honestly, out of her words, closer to 10, 15 years in her
You like
circle.
the world of the cougar?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mommy, I am a bad boy.
All right.
It's not weird if you put a pacifier in there.
Yeah, Game of Games is coming up, and this is a very important game because Mason cannot win it.
Oh, it's my game. Damn.
Yeah, is Jacob coming in today,
Yeah,
Greg?
Jacob's right
in the
there.
studio.
Oh,
He's
okay.
right here, right
He's not
there.
going to miss a 40th birthday edition.
Hell no. He's here because it's Morales'
Should we
40th
have
birthday.
Chris play because it's his birthday?
You want to play, Morales?
I'm not great at Game of Games.
not great.
It's more of a Jacob thing. He does
Well,
a
okay, so
segment,
you don't have to play this. We should have come up with a Name That Tune in honor of Chris, which
Well, that
he
would've been
dominates
nice.
in.
Well, interestingly, it is a song that involves tunes.
Okay.
That's coming up next.
All right.
Game of Games. In a month where I've got a chance to win it all. My game today, but I got a chance to win it all. Do we play for 2 tomorrow? Are we yet at that
Now,
point?
Greg, when do we get to 2?
No, so it's probably
Hold on, I'll
next
tell you.
week. It's
Why are
right.
you
It's
playing
next,
for
next
2?
Monday. Next Monday.
No,
The
yeah,
last week of
it's
the
the
month.
it's all next week.
All next
Monday
week.
through
Monday through
Friday
Friday.
of next
Bring
week.
it on. All right, we'll do Game of Games coming up next. Jacob Imrani is here. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Let's find out who wins favorite personality for the first time ever at the Vanity Awards.
Oh my God! I have just a little respect from this guy. I don't have any respect for the others. Okay, so it's the voice. That's what I call this guy, the voice. Chris Morales.
Hey, the people love you, big dog! love you, man. Give it up for Chris Morales. Thank you. Well, you go, Wes. Yeah. You take that back. It is the final. I'm going to keep it brief. I know we're tight on time. I have a feeling the Sedano and Cap Circle of Trust had something to do with this. Thank you for the votes. I am so lucky to work with a lot of amazing personalities at the radio station.
Return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station. 710 ESPN. For Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, thank you very much, Morales. And as promised yesterday, I shaded the game a little bit towards Brian Cohen.
Okay.
Let's go.
What? No, first of all, we should say hello to Jacob and Ron.
Yes. Oh, Jacob and Ron. I'm sorry.
Thank you, John. Yeah, we said hello.
I would have gotten there.
Yeah, we said hello to Jacob off the air. But Jacob, how are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. How are you guys?
Excellent, man. So what do you know? Do you know a lot about music?
I know a little bit.
Okay. Well, you're the right guy for this game. The game is called Marley, Mumford, or Manilow.
Okay, so there are 5 players: Brian Cohen, Greg Bergman, Tyler Whitman, Jacob and Ronnie, and me.
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Every one of these song titles, it's either Bob Marley, Marcus Mumford, Mumford and Sons, or Barry Manilow.
Okay.
Now, some of this might favor John a little bit, so we'll see.
Okay.
Number 1, Lover of the Light. Is that Marley, Mumford, or Manilow? Jacob.
I will go with Manilow.
Manilow. Ireland.
Marley.
Brian.
Mumford.
Bergman.
Mumford.
Tyler.
It is Mumford.
It is Mumford. Oh, we got a Mumford and Sons fan.
Okay, so that was Greg, Brian, and Tyler?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, number 2, Blind Leading the Blind. Is that Marley, Mumford, or Manilow, Ireland?
Blind Leading the Blind. I'll go Marley.
Brian.
Manilow.
Bergman.
Manilow.
Tyler.
Manilow.
You're all wrong. It is Mumford.
You didn't have Jacob.
Oh, Jacob.
I'll give
What were you going to say?
I honestly was going to say Mumford.
Then
but,
you get the point.
Okay, here we go.
No, you get the point. If I forgot,
Just because
you get
of
the point.
So it's everybody's got a point except me.
Yes.
Brian,
All
I
right.
really was going to say Mumford.
Giving me
well, that's our mistake, not yours.
Sure you were,
Jacob.
I totally believe it. All right,
no, I believe you, I believe
number 3. Somewhere in the night. Is that Marley, Mumford, or Manilow? Brian.
Manilow.
Manilow. Bergman.
Manilow.
Tyler.
Marley.
Marley. Jacob.
I will go with Marley.
Marley. Ireland.
Marley.
I thought you'd get that. It's Manilow. Somewhere in the night. There was an old 70s
So who got
song.
that?
I got that.
Right now the score is
I got
Brian
that as
2,
well.
Bergman 2, Jacob 1, Tyler 1, and Ireland yet to score.
Okay.
Okay. Here is number 4. Satisfy my soul. Is that Marley, Mumford, or Manilow? Satisfy my soul. We start with Brian.
Oh, that's Marley.
That's Marley. Bergman.
Pretty much easy. Marley.
Marley. Tyler.
Marley.
Marley. Jacob.
Marley.
Marley. Ireland.
I'm with the crowd.
Yep,
Marley.
Marley it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe that's too easy. I'm
That
just-
one- that
soul
one.
Well,
kind of
that
guy.
was big hit.
Okay. Number 5. So much trouble in the world. So much trouble in the world. Is that Marley, Mumford, or Manilow? Let's start with Bergman this time.
Marley.
Marley. Tyler.
Manilow.
Manilow. Jacob.
Marley.
Marley. Ireland.
So much trouble in the world. I'll go Marley.
Marley. And BC.
Yeah, I'm going to go Marley, too.
Marley is correct, yes.
All right.
So, sorry about that. There's no
breaking news.
No
I'm in the
breaking news. I've got Brian 4, Bergman 4, Jacob 3, Ireland 2, Tyler 2. Sound about right?
I have Bergman with 3.
Bergman, what do you have yourself with?
I wasn't keeping track, but I got the last.
I have Brian 3, Jacob 3, Greg 3, John and Tyler 2.
Okay, then let's do that.
How many has there been?
Number
5.
6. Coming in from the cold. Start with Tyler this time. Is that Marley, Mumford, or Manilow? Tyler.
Manilow.
Manilow. Jacob.
I'm going Mumford.
Mumford. Ireland.
Manilow.
Brian.
Mumford.
Bergman.
Mumford.
Correct answer. Bob Marley.
Oh.
Nobody? Nobody got it.
Nobody.
And get these, Brian.
And Brian and I.
All right, how many
This
are
is-
left?
Let's see. That was number 6. I've got a total of 10.
Okay, so everybody's still alive.
Everybody's still alive.
Brian has to go first.
Okay. Whispers in the dark. Is that Marley, Mumford, or Manilow? We start with Brian.
Manilow.
Bergman.
Manilow.
Let's go to Tyler.
Mumford.
Let's go to Jacob.
Manilow.
And let's go to Ireland.
I think it's Manilow.
Correct answer. Marcus Mumford.
All right, who got that?
Tyler did.
Okay, so
Tyler, were you the only one?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so Tyler now has 3. So Brian 4, Greg, Tyler, and Jacob 3, and John 2.
Okay. Number 8. Could you be loved? We start out. Is that Marley, Mumford, or Manilow?
That's Brian again.
Brian.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley, says Brian. Bergman.
Just going to take a wild guess. Marley.
Tyler.
Yeah, I think Marley's a good guess.
Marley's a good guess. Jacob.
I like Marley on this one.
Marley, okay, in Ireland.
Yeah, I'm with the crowd.
Everybody got that. The
Could
Marley
you
songs
be
are very
loved? That's right.
recognizable. Yeah.
Are there only 2 left?
2 left.
All right, so
You actually-
Brian has to go first, and I have to go last.
Isn't that the title of the song?
These are song titles,
That's everything is the title.
Oh,
of
I
the
didn't know.
song.
They're all titles.
I
I wasn't listening at the beginning.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. Number 9. Trying to get
I'm
that.
losing to a guy who didn't even know what the game was.
But I know the answers.
The title is Trying to Get That Feeling Again. Is that Marley, Mumford, or Manilow? Again, we start with Brian.
Let's go Manilow.
Going Manilow. Bergman.
I want to go Mumford.
Tyler.
Manilow.
Jacob.
I will go Manilow as well.
Manilow. Ireland.
I think it is Manilow, but I this is number 9, right?
Yep, number 9.
So I'll go Mumford.
The correct answer, Barry Manilow.
Okay, I'm out.
Yep.
Who got it?
I got that one.
I did.
Brian got 6. Jacob's got 5. Greg and Tyler, did either one of you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Tyler got it. I didn't.
Okay, so Greg, you are. Wait, is this 9 or 10?
This is the last one coming up.
Greg, you're out.
How am I out?
You had 4, and Brian has
not hear-
6.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Complaining, -4.
Yes, because the way you keep track of score is
Well, then
terrible.
keep it yourself.
I will tomorrow.
Yeah.
Give me more points taken off. I'm already out.
Yeah, you're -100. All right.
So what's the score?
It is Brian 6, Tyler and Jacob 5.
Okay.
So Brian has to go first.
Brian, the song is Guiding Light. Guiding Light. Is that Marley, Mumford, or Manilow?
Mumford.
Mumford. Who else
Jacob
is alive?
or Tyler?
Jacob. Or go to Tyler.
It is.
You got to do
Mumford.
something other.
I know it is Mumford. I'll go Marley, I guess.
And Jacob?
I will go Manilow.
Yeah, Brian locked it out with Mumford on that.
So you
call.
got the intended result that you were looking for.
Let's go, Austin.
Brian,
There we go.
It was not easy. It was close. It was close.
And yet
Brian,
again,
it's
we
your
come
game
in
tomorrow,
second.
right?
Yeah, I got tomorrow.
Brian's
Yeah.
game tomorrow. All right, there you go. Congratulations, Marley, Mumford, or Manilow. So Jacob, we were just talking about the Colorado game. You were watching it Saturday night.
I was, and I would have to say that I would have to admit that I started to cheer for Colorado State.
Why?
Because I felt, all of the shenanigans before is great. It's wonderful. But, Deion's talking about you got to keep the camera on me or what he was going to do to the other coach and all that stuff. And then the game starts. And Colorado State played well.
Yeah, they did.
And sometimes, I feel better going for the underdog. But then as we went through and they lost their best player, I was a little bummed because I wanted him to be there when
Travis
when
Hunter,
USC plays
I
them.
actually think, Jacob, when Travis Hunter got knocked out of the game by that free safety, that they should have kicked the free safety out because he took out their best player. Why does he get to stay?
Well, weirdly, I mean, I don't know if you saw the story, but the player and his family are getting death threats.
Well, that's
because of-
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Even
that's
Deion
ridiculous.
came out and said that's ridiculous. It's a football game. Stop giving people death threats for any reason.
Which is pretty sad because the way they were pushing everything through, even pregame, there were fights. I mean, they were just pumping this up in such a, hype kind of way that everybody was hyped.
The amazing thing is that is the 5th highest rated college football game in the history of ESPN and the highest rated game in that late time slot.
What's weird is they're not sending Fowler and Herbstreit to these Colorado games. They're not doing it again this week.
This week they're going to Penn State, Ohio. Notre Dame, Ohio State.
No, they don't. They don't have that game, so they're going to a different game. Some of it has to do with Herbstreit's travel.
Sure.
But this past week, they easily could have sent Fowler and Herbstreit there, and they did. Matter of fact, Herbstreit was at Colorado for College Game Day.
And then they didn't call the game.
They flew him to Florida.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
which was odd.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Can you tell me the reasoning behind USC versus Colorado at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time?
Because Fox has the game, and that is Fox's biggest window, what they call the big noon kickoff, because it kicks off noon Eastern.
Right? And see, I think it's okay.
And so they send their whole pregame show there. They send Matt Leinart and Rob Stone and Urban Meyer and all of them there. They'll all be there on the field. They'll roll right into USC Colorado. That's, to Fox, that is their biggest window.
And by the way, the interesting thing about Colorado State is that it ended at 2 a.m. back east.
Exactly.
And in this case, it's kind of it's a primetime game for Fox and a big game. And we'll be able to see it before we go to our poker tournament out at
And by the way,
Commerce
we
Casino.
should point out, too, Jacob, that we're talking about a game in 2 weeks.
Yes.
This week,
they're at Oregon.
Yeah, this week they're at Oregon at 12:30.
Got it.
So, and they're a 21-point underdog without Travis Hunter. So their balloon could pop this
totally.
Saturday.
Hey, Jacob, great seeing you, man.
Awesome to always be here, guys.
Game of Games is brought to you by Jacob and Ronnie. Everybody loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anybody can fight, but Jacob is here when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Jacob, great seeing you.
Great seeing you guys. Thank you.
Let's go ahead and hit the super stages.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins. Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
For the 40th birthday celebration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our friends from Prime Pizza, Little Tokyo, have arrived
love Prime
with a
Pizza.
festival.
Yeah.
An extravaganza.
Beautiful.
A feast for the ages.
Oh, nothing
Look at
better
that.
than Prime Pizza. Is that the thin?
That's the square.
Oh,
there's tons of the thin in the kitchen.
I really love the thin crust, the New York style with just the cheese. Oh,
This is the
so
square
good.
Sicilian. Because
Nice.
you know I'm half Sicilian.
Yeah. By the
That's
way,
the spicy pepperoni. Bam!
Bam!
And thanks to our friend Ray Ramirez and the great Taylor Lee over there at Prime Pizza Little Tokyo, the one Cappy and I stop by, every once in a while.
If I'm ordering pizza, I'm ordering it from Prime.
All right.
So good.
Chris, Hovik, one of our great listeners.
Yes.
Has asked a transformer to write you a poem.
Oh, boy.
And here's what came out.
Okay.
All right. In life's grand tapestry at 40, Morales stands with droopy blank and backaches.
Well, what's the droopy part? Oh, I got it.
With droopy blank and backaches, he counts the sands. Midlife's foggy thoughts, a crisis he might find. But here's a birthday poem with humor quite unkind. Oh, Morales, the years have taken their toll. Your back may ache and thoughts may stroll. In the midst of this middle haze so dandy, you've earned your stripes, now savor your brandy. Your blanks may droop, but your spirits soar high, for this is the age when you reach for the sky. So embrace the crisis with a chuckle and cheer, for 40 is just the start of a brand new frontier.
There we go. Beautiful. Hovik put a lot of work into that.
That's beautiful. And he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Who do we have? Is Cappy
Sedano
there?
and Cappy should be there.
Is Sedano there?
Oh, there's a last voice.
Hey, George.
We've been dealing with some technical stuff.
And is Cappy there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cappy's on the phone.
He sounds like he's on the phone.
How is it I'm in Dallas and sound better than you?
And
This is
Cappy's-
going to be a question we pose all afternoon. I believe.
Cappy's literally phoning it in. Phoning it in. So Cappy, why are you on the phone? I'm trying to figure out, why are you on the phone?
Well, okay, obviously today is Chris's birthday,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Which he's not here for.
And so Chris was very upset with me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess to a slightly lesser degree, he was upset with Sedano as well.
No.
But Sedano has no, that's not the case.
Well, Sedano told me 2 weeks ago he wouldn't be here.
Right.
Okay.
Sedano's got stuff going on, too.
I was at a really cool deal today with ESPN. I got to be honest. I'll tell you guys about it when Cappy's done.
Yeah,
making
when Cappy's
excuses.
done vamping here. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Cappy. Vamp away.
No, I think I'd like to hear more about that.
No, tell us why you're on the phone.
Okay, so, all right, look, so I said to Chris, Chris, listen, I'd like it if you could move your birthday from Tuesday to Wednesday.
That's not how birthdays work.
No, but it would help me a lot in terms of celebrating.
It
his
is all
birthday.
about you.
Because it is about you.
You're right. Chris's birthday is all about Cappy.
So here's the thing. On Wednesday night at 10:45, I fly out of LAX to fly to Pittsburgh to go see my son in college, and I didn't want to drive up to the studio from South LA because gas is now $12 a gallon. I didn't want to drive up on Tuesday, then drive back on Tuesday, then drive back up on Wednesday, and then fly out on Wednesday. So I just decided I would just come up on Wednesday.
Well, Mason in Ireland and Travis and Sliwa probably didn't want to invest money necessarily on beautiful gifts for me today, but they all did. So you couldn't make your gift a little extra gas money and be here for the birthday?
You couldn't spend the extra $6.
Apparently,
for
you're
a
not
tank to
you're
get
not
here.
worth $10 more of gas.
Okay, so hold on. So here's what happened.
We also have the East Central.
So-
you could have just stayed
Yeah,
here 2
you
nights
got
in
a
a row.
hotel across the street.
It's your downtown LA crib.
I know, but again, if I left today and I stayed Tuesday night and then I left to go to Pittsburgh on Wednesday, I do have a minor child that lives with me full time, and I needed to still play dad. So anyway, long story short is
but
this.
what is she going to do when you're gone in Pittsburgh anyway?
Well, she's going to actually go stay with a friend.
Right.
You know?
But what I don't
want her to
understand
stay with
is,
a friend.
Cappy, why are you not on the machine
that's
that
a whole
puts
other-
you on
that's
the
a
air?
whole other
Why are you not?
topic.
We go on the air with
Why
this
are you
thing
the
called a
phone?
Comrex. Why are you using a telephone?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happens. So in the middle
so
of
here's
the
what
afternoon, right, in the middle of the afternoon, in preparation for this trip that I'm about to take, I had to go run a few errands to get my stuff together. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, as it turns out, when I get on the freeway to head back to my house, which should normally take me like 20 minutes or so, there's some monster, crazy, ridiculous Armageddon kind of traffic.
Right.
And at about 3:45-ish or so, I realize I'm stuck. I'm not moving. Nobody's moving. I'm not making it back to my home studio to get onto the Comrex machine to get into the studio to sound like as if I'm really there.
Yeah.
So I'm actually calling you guys from the car, from the phone. I've had to say to Bergman, I'm terribly sorry. This is utterly unprofessional. But the fact of the
Kinda
matter
small
is,
market if you tell me.
It is very small
Really
market.
small market,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
Anyway.
Here's the thing, Cappy. You could have 100 Comrex units. It still won't make you actually be here to my heart. Do you understand what I'm saying? You hurt me today. You hurt a friend.
You've lost a friend.
As Steve Mason once said,
You've lost a friend.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's big. That's the biggest put down you can have.
The kiss of death.
So, Cappy, anyway, you're going to do the show from the phone all day today? Is that what's going on?
Jesus.
I guess, I'd say this. I definitely do not think I'm going to be back to my Comrex by, call it 4:15, which is when we actually really take off.
Right.
Oh, boy.
So I'm probably looking at about 4:45, 5 o'clock to get back.
Oh, my God.
wait a minute.
Are you serious?
Let's look up online and see what traffic acts. That sounds like the end of the world. Are you in the movie Independence Day? What did you go get into that you shouldn't have been getting into that now you're racing back home like when Juan was driving Mace out of SoFi Stadium?
Cappy, do us a favor. Drop us a pin.
Yeah, I want a pin.
Yeah, I want to know where you are exactly.
And if you
at all
don't tell
times.
us within 5 minutes, I'll just call Rachel. She'll give me your location.
That's true.
All right,
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah,
Hold on. Hey,
yeah.
Rach, can you drop a pin to Morales right now? As a matter, can you do that?
Oh, because she's with you.
Can you drop a pin to Morales, please?
Here's the hilarious part.
Yes.
The
doesn't
Fun
know
and
how to
Games
drop a pin.
department definitely wants to stream this afternoon on the YouTube.
Yes.
So apparently there's a technology issue on Sedano's end, and I thought, okay, well, at least we have Cappy. And then the ladies in the
Not
other
so
room.
much. So the YouTube will be you,
me,
in
by
your
myself,
gutless hat with your glasses,
and all the gifts that everybody else gave me.
Yes.
By myself.
Yep, sitting alone.
My 40th birthday
With
glasses.
his holding a balloon and his.
by myself.
But you know what? We're going to get about 14 boxes of prime pizza around me, and that's
There
a
you
good
go.
birthday, Jack.
There you go. I
We'll
would
open up
Wait a
the.
second, I have one question. Johnny I, you got Morales the gutless hat. I heard that.
Yep.
Okay, and then you said that you originally wanted to put on the hat your gutless, and the hat company thought that was a bad idea.
Yeah, they said, "Are you sure you want this? We just want to." It's somewhat insulting. Like, is this for you? You're going to walk around and tell everyone they're gutless? And I'm like, it's for a friend. And I go, that's a good point. Just write gutless.
Gutless.
I thought you would wear it more if it just said gutless.
Either way, I was going to wear it. It's a great hat.
So there you go.
And he gave me a bottle of beautiful Maker's Mark 46.
Beautiful.
Mace gave me a bottle of Dom.
Yep.
Wait. Mason gave you a bottle of Dom?
Yeah. Sliwa gave me a bottle of the high-end wine that he gave to Lindsay for Christmas. So
Yep.
I finally got in that circle.
Nice.
And then,
We got a nice bottle for you.
Yeah.
And then, Travis gave me a beautiful gift as well. I don't want to talk about that one. That was a personal gift.
Oh, it was a personal
But
gift.
it was a lovely gift.
Yeah.
What
very
about
nice.
Sedano?
It's in my
It's
house.
in the mail.
It's in the mail.
It's in the mail. You heard about the mail cap?
I have a bottle of wine for him. It's at the house. I won't even be back until next week.
You know what,
Right.
Cappy? Do not question Sedano with me.
Yeah, that's really.
He's given me the friendship. He's like my agent.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to give me anything forever, and it's fine. But you, Cappy, especially with that contract coming up, sucker,
Gutless?
just telling you.
Yeah.
So, George, what did you do with ESPN today in Dallas?
It was the coolest thing ever. So it was me and a bunch of people, mostly ESPN people, but some people from other different outlets as well. And the College Football Playoff Committee, headed by Bill Hancock, who's the older gentleman with the glasses that
Yeah,
you may see on
he's
TV.
been running forever. It's going away next year.
For 10. Well, they're expanding to 12 next year.
Right.
It'll still be the college football playoff. And then Boo Corrigan is the chair. He's the NC State AD. His brother, by the way, is my boss on NBA at ESPN.
Tim Corrigan.
Yes, correct. So those guys put together a group to do a mock college football playoff committee session. So basically, they gave us the teams and all the data from 2021 because it's mock, it's not real. And we basically did an entire day's worth of what the committee would do on the day they do the selection, and they taught us how to do it, how to go about it.
Did you pick 12 teams?
No, we picked the 4.
Okay.
But they make you rank all 25 because
wow.
There's bowl implications. So you're doing we were basically doing like what they would do for the final college football playoff standings, which includes the New Year's Six bowls and all the other bowl matchups. But it was just cool how they go about it, all the information that they have at their disposal. They're all on computer screens everywhere. You start debating teams openly there in the round table scenario. It was legitimately a really fun and incredible experience. Something that I feel like now when I watch those guys,
yep,
I now know how much of a struggle it is for them to agree on stuff because it was hard for us to agree on stuff.
So, George, did you guys actually vote and go through with it?
Oh, yeah. They assign – you basically are one of the committee members.
Did you guys end up with the same 4 they ended up with in 2021, actually?
We did end up with the same 4, but we did not end up with the same top 12, which includes the New Year's Six bowls. And we certainly didn't come up with the same top 25. We were close, within a few spots here and there, but we did have some differences from theirs.
That's cool. And so you, I don't know if you heard that. I'm just going to throw something at you. Did you hear Lincoln Riley and USC has suspended a reporter?
Wait, what?
Because you pull up the story. It's a good story, and it raises an interesting question. So USC has suspended a reporter for 2 weeks, taken his credential, no interview access, no press conferences, no games, and it is because the reporter from the Southern California News Group overheard a couple of players talking and used that in an article that was a glowing glowing article.
That's a surprise.
It was all a head fake.
Cappy's here.
It was all a head fake. Wow.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh,
fantastic.
And I want to know.
An embrace, a loving embrace. That is great.
And Chris, I think there's a chance here you're going to be very happy. Cap, what do you have in your left hand?
I have Chris's gift.
Yeah.
How about this, sucker?
Chris, this puts my gift to shame. This is what? Did you get him a new a new rescue?
Oh, look at that. A beautiful 60-degree Callaway wedge.
Oh, my gosh. That's my most used club.
The Jaws Raw.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Thank you, Cappy. Look at Cappy.
Yeah.
Fought his way out of Gutless.
I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you did it, Cappy.
That's great.
Oh, it was the old sneaky.
The old switcheroo.
Did you know it, Morales?
No.
Oh, it's total surprise. That's great.
That's beautiful.
Now, come on
I
in,
know.
Shadano. Is Shadano here, too?
I'm in Dallas.
Oh, in Dallas. I thought maybe you
I was hanging out with Bill Hancock and Boo Corrigan.
I thought maybe you were going to sneak in the way Cappy did.
And more pizza.
And more pizza, yeah. So, good. I don't have to drive home listening to Cappy on a phone.
You could definitely take a pizza home with you, too.
I think I'm going to take a pizza home with me. Yeah, one of those thin crust.
They're over there, though. Thanks to our friends at Prime Pizza.
Beautiful.
Over in Little Tokyo.
Beautiful.
Shouts out.
All right. Well, Morales, above all else, we want to say, I'll only say this today.
Just today.
Today.
But we appreciate your love for radio, your love for this radio station, the way you sort of pull everybody together into one cohesive family. You do a great job, and thank you for all you do.
Well, thank you guys for making me very happy every day to be part of this amazing radio station and to have a family.
Yeah.
We're a family here.
We are.
You know?
We are.
The kind of family you would put all of us on a T-shirt.
Exactly, which
Stay
we are
tuned.
in the midst of doing. Yes. All right, so Shadano and Cap coming up. Cap is in studio. Shadano's in Dallas. We're back tomorrow at 1. Mason and